We are live. Anybody's in there lurking? We're going to be getting started here in just a moment. Let me pull up this also. YouTube. Mine. Let's see. YouTube channel. Make sure that's on mute. Good. That is muted. Awesome. I'm going to share it out. Hey, Captain Vic, how are you? Getting a notification sent out for everybody here. Great. Fun. Okay. There we go. Posted. Okay, there we go. I can get back over to StreamYard's part. Nice. So what are you up to, Captain Vic? It would fit that way. Doesn't. Gotta clean the lens of my camera too. So I am having fun. I just left Big Flips so I could get going here for tonight. Bought a few things from him. Get my camera adjusted now. There we go. That should do it. Chilling and hanging out with you. Awesome. It's a good thing to do. We're going to have some fun tonight. I do have quite a bit of stuff that we're going to be putting up for auction. And if anybody wants to come up and also put their stuff up for auction, I will throw the link in. Hey, Links, how's it going? Late night. Yep. It is Saturday Night Live tonight. So after I got done earlier today with the stream for doing early bird, went out metal detecting for a little bit. Did well. 3 silver dimes and a whole handful of wheat pennies and marbles. All kinds of good stuff going on. Yeah, about time for a pillow for everybody. But in order to keep going, I'm going to do it. Do it well. So that's what we're going to be doing. Let's see. I've got a message here I need to take a look at. We're going to check in on Thanksgiving. Would you work for us to split it? Nice. That's the X. And I get to have my daughter. I'm excited about that. I have a 12-year-old daughter, and she lives with her mom. She's going to come hang out with me for a little bit. She loves her dad. Definitely so. Well, when we get some more people in here, we are definitely going to go and start doing some stuff. Do need to clean my lens of my camera. I shot a video earlier about my seated quarters, standing Liberty quarter, and seated dimes. So I added some of those into an album. So that video will be coming out shortly. And then did a lot of filming for the metal detecting too. I got a lot of content for next week. Hey, Just Stack It. What's up, brother? How are you? Let me do this. I'm going to set an invite. We were talking about this earlier. There we go. There is the link if you want to come up, hang out. Trying to clean up some of my desks from today's work that I was doing. Boxes and boxes of flips and coins and all that stuff. I had some really good ones that came in. Also did a video for that too of the stuff that came in. I got some stuff from Big Flip. Really cool stuff. Got some couple of reals from him, and also got some more stuff tonight. So pretty excited about that. So I've been kind of just lurking in his right now because I just got started up. What else does he have up that I would want? Looks like about nothing now. I bought everything that I wanted. So pretty sweet. If you guys want to do emails also, you can do that also. You can send emails to the earlybirdtradeday@gmail.com. Actually, you can put the banner up there. Ladybug Stacker, welcome in. Move some stuff out of my way. Nice to put a face. Yes. Me and all my long hair. I got long beard, long hair. So, yep, that's me. So very cool. I need to get all the stuff down that we're going to be going through. I have a lot. I actually stopped by my coin shop earlier and got a bunch of stuff for tonight's auction and for tomorrow when we're over at Keys. So actually, I'm going to spin you this way a little more. There we go. Awesome sauce. Put that mic right about there. Nice. So I'll show you some of the stuff that we'll have up for auction, though. How about a Megalodon tooth? This is 3.1 pounds of copper into a Megalodon tooth. I have it all stamped up and everything. It is a beautiful paperweight for your desk or just a showpiece. It is cool and it is heavy. So. And also one of my other pours that I did. I don't know how well you can see it. There we go. The pirate. It's a pirate's life for me. There we go. So lots of cool stuff up for tonight. Gotta wait for people to get in here and then we'll get started. Probably will be a little bit due to the fact that EC has already ended and that let's see, Big Flip is still going on, and probably quite a few other channels have things going on right now too. So I did. Oh, hey, is it cold down there? You're muted.
Yes, it's cold down here. Sorry,
Well,
kids are crazy.
I forget to put the donuts down there and the drinks. Put a little whiskey and donuts down there, you'd stay down in the basement all day long.
Well, I finished my bottle of sake tonight, so I'm good.
You're good.
I'm lubricated, and the kids are on their way to bed, so my night is just starting. But
Nice.
I wanted to check in with you because of some of the pours and things that I've been doing. I wanted to run some stuff by you.
Absolutely.
While I know we're waiting for some of the other streams to end and other people to jump into this one.
Right.
So the baby powder, I talked to Thule on the casting, and she said that it was important to have to not only release the piece from the mold, but to also keep the separation between the two halves. And I found that out the hard way on a
Yep.
couple of pours. But what I've been doing lately is I'll carve something out of wood to use as a mold, and
Mhm.
then I will mold that, currently without baby powder, but so far so good,
Right.
and then cast that. But I found a couple issues. How thin can you really go? Because I tried to do like a credit card thickness, and I know I
Mhm.
was asking a lot there,
Right.
but who is it? I forget who it is that makes the 1 ounce silver like credit card style piece.
Yep.
They want like a ton. Oh well, maybe I can cast something like that.
Mhm.
It's too thin. You can't get enough flow. I mean, furnace was on the highest heat. It just wouldn't flow.
Right.
So, like, what do you find is the happy medium there as far as like thickness of the piece and being able to fill?
Well, most time, like with this, you can see how thick that is.
Right.
And so there are some pieces that I've done that are probably half that thickness, and it will work fine. Pouring very thin is very, very challenging, especially if you're trying to do a credit card piece or whatever. It's it's going to freeze so fast. That silver freezes so fast. It's hard to get it spread out in such a thin area without it backing up on it. So,
Yeah, I almost thought you'd need to heat up the sand because
mhm,
what I did was when I poured it, and I still have the piece over here,
right.
poured, but then I got like this dripping kind of casting and then a huge sprue
Mhm,
from when I tried to pour that piece
mhm,
because it was the sand was essentially cooling it
mhm.
quicker than it could flow.
Yeah.
And so
Now,
I figured that out.
if you took two credit cards back to back, about that thickness would work pretty well. What you need is your vents, though. So, say this is the surface of your sand, and you have your impression in it. Okay, you've got your credit card that you're doing your little square. What you need to do is you're going to cut off little vents off at all corners there for the gas to escape. And what that does is it allows the metal to flow down, but not be stopped by the gases trying to go back up. So you will have your side here, this side here, okay, in your sand, but your vents, you just need to cut a line. They don't even have to leave out of the sand in any way. You just cut in space so that all that metal will flow down in there. And sometimes you'll have a little points that came off, but it gives the gases of that space to fill without interrupting your actual core of your pour.
Okay, so maybe, I mean, obviously the double thickness would be a
Hey,
positive.
BH Customs. Now there's a man who also knows how to pour too.
Yes, sir. But so maybe I wasn't venting properly.
Yep.
That could have been the issue because I think I only did one large vent
Hmm.
at the bottom of the piece,
Right.
hoping to minimize my afterwork.
Mhm.
But so what it sounds like you're saying is over vent more so than what you even think is going to be necessary
Exactly.
in hopes that it will flow correctly. I didn't
Mhm.
even think about the gases. I mean, I knew about venting, but I
Mhm.
thought that was more for flow rather than gases
No.
per
So
se. I
you're
never.
gonna have your main channel that you pour in, but then you're gonna have these extra vents. If you have something especially circular that you're pouring that's round, you would
Mhm.
want to make a lot of vents off the side. And so you're just cutting it into the sand and just dragging your knife blade, in all different directions off of that. And so that allows that space to be filled, but has a place for the gases to go without
Okay,
interrupting the pour itself. So that's
that
kind of the
makes.
key when it comes to pouring is knowing how to run your vent lines. Um, and in the case like this, okay, this Megalodon 2s. Okay.
That's awesome, by the way.
So when I did this, okay, so I have my sand, and then it's divided because, like I said, you have the powder and then your other sand. You have your mold, and you have this empty cavity in here. So what I do is I have my sprue that's going down from the sand to get poured into, and then I'll do up here because I'm doing a flat pour instead of through the channel, the actual channel itself that's designed in the flask. And I will take another vent and bring it up. So when I pour my metal in, it all fills the space and all the gases will come out that hole. And then when the metal actually starts coming out the other hole, you know you've got a good fill.
Okay. So with something like that, are you making like custom wood molds for the sand, like
Uh,
just, a
what
square or a
what
rectangle?
what I did with this is I had someone do a 3D print of a megalodon tooth. I have a real one, but I didn't want to use the real one for casting
Right.
because I didn't want to damage it. It is a fossil. It is a rock, but I didn't want to damage it because one of those megalodon tooths are $400 to $600 a piece, easy.
Mhm. Yeah.
And so I've been wanting to do this for a while, and so this is the second one I've made, and yeah, it's pretty meaty. But that's what it was. Is so instead of having your flask like this, I have it laying flat like this. I have my sprue, my pour sprue here, and then I have a vent that came off and up and out the top. And so
Uh,
it poured in, filled all the cavity, all the gases escaped the other side, filled in the entire space. And then you
So
just cut them off.
you think that's better? Because I bought, and I'm sure you already know this, I bought one of those flask style two-piece
Hmm.
molds for the Def Clay sand.
Right.
Do you think we'll call it horizontal mold is superior in that regard to the vertical flask style mold that maybe I purchased? Should I maybe
You can use them either way.
well, right, but it seems like what you're saying with the extra venting, the horizontal might be somewhat superior to a vertical casting.
Right. It all depends on the amount that you're pouring, the space that you're pouring, and as you're learning how to do pouring, you're learning how to think through before you even pour it, where you need to vent everything out and what would be the best way to get the best result in doing it.
Yeah,
So,
'cause I see BH Customs in the chat
mhm,
says he's carved things out of wood so thin he could see through it and
yep,
still cast them without problem. So
mhm,
what that's telling me is
it's possible.
also a confirmation of what you're saying
Mhm,
is I'm not venting and kind of setting up. It's like paint and like a lot of other things, right? The prep work is 80% of it, and
mhm,
the actual painting is almost an afterthought. If you
right,
do the work before, then your finished product is going to show much more than just fire up the furnace, pour it in, and hope
right.
for the best.
And
Which,
plus, that doing the work beforehand also makes it much easier for cleanup. The BH Customs did he's got this beautiful um, outhouse that he did. Made a silver outhouse. I mean, it's nice, really cool looking. And and you have all those thin pieces like that. And yeah, so
I'm hearing that correctly, right? Outhouse?
outhouse. Yep. Like one of those
Okay.
antique outhouses. And it's cool as can be.
Hmm.
And he used popsicle sticks to make it happen.
Oh, that
To
was the
make the
mold?
wall. Yeah, that was the mold he used for the walls.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's very creative, like, when I've been really looking into some of the things that people do,
Mhm.
and Kevin, I'm not sure if you caught it, and I found out through comments, um, I think it was like a trade that he did. It wasn't actually something that he poured, but he was showing off a 4 point something ounce dragon that he had procured, I believe through a trade based on his comments.
Uh-huh.
But this thing looked crazy detailed. And I asked him if it was the Lost Wax casting, and he said he thought so. But
Yep.
again, because he traded, he wasn't sure. But you look at some of those pieces, and I think that's the end goal, right? Eventually to maybe get to something like that, because there's a lot of limitations with deft clay and what we'll call, normal gravity pouring
Yeah.
that you
Same
just
as-
can't overcome. If a piece is not very symmetrical or its angles aren't correct, you just can't pour it correctly. There's almost no way.
So looking at a 3D animal model, especially with 4 legs
Mhm.
on an animal, is extremely challenging. It can be done sand casting, yeah.
Yeah, I've been wanting to cast this, and I've realized that if I do, I'm gonna have to separate the legs post casting,
Correct.
and it's gonna make one giant piece for the legs.
There's
No
another
matter
brother
what.
who pours right there. Herman, what's up?
Oh, does Herman pour?
I think so. Do you pour, Herman? I thought you did. Maybe I'm confused. I could be losing my mind.
The thing is about pouring, and I have some pieces sitting here on my desk. They're just
Hey,
bars.
David.
It's so rewarding then later to look at something that
That's
you've
what I thought.
poured, I think that's what kind of got me into it, making my own bars. Funny thing was, I got a stamp made on Amazon.
Uh-huh.
It's my Just Stack It stamp. I put it on most of my larger pieces,
Right.
and it's okay. I sent an image to somebody on Amazon. They made me a stamp. It was fine. Then I met a buddy who runs a machine shop,
Yeah.
and I brought this stamp in to him. And I said, I have a hell of a time stamping with this thing. And I couldn't tell myself what the issue was with the
Right.
stamp. I mean, I got to beat it with a sledgehammer. I deform the piece. I
Mhm.
then have to correct it later. I said, I don't know if it's the size, if it's the design, like what it is, but it's
Let's
not a
go
very.
AAP.
And he said it was the detail in the stamp. He said if it was machined better and in a certain way that would allow it to kind of dig and then allow, much as like you're saying with pouring, allow the metal to flow back up into the fill areas,
Yep.
it would be better because basically what I have right now is a flat stamp to my knowledge. And what he's saying is they almost need like teeth cut where it's trying to pierce.
Which cameras?
And he said he could remake the same stamp in a different way to where I'd be able to whack it with like a 12-ounce hammer a couple times and it would be fine. And that, yes, that is a good example of something that I think you probably don't have to hit that very hard to get that to impress, correct?
Sometimes it depends on what the metal is that makes it a little more challenging. Now, the other thing you can also do is they have presses, like they use, you're very familiar with those that use presses in
Mhm.
automotive. Well, they have presses that where you can actually do this and then put the press and it'll press the exact weight and pressure you want into it and it'll put the stamp in without having to hammer it. So,
That's very true too. At work, we actually bought a bearing press
mhm,
for legitimate reasons, but I've already kind of thought about having some coin dice made up
right.
and being able to press some stuff with this 50-ton
Yep.
press that we have. Um, and we'll see how that goes. I'm actually sending designs over to be machined now. We'll see how that plays
So
out.
this is also, I need to put the link in there for you. Okay. So this stuff is a hard plastic. Okay. You put it in hot water, and it'll turn clear and it'll be like a stiff gel. And then what you're going to do is once you've got your cast made, okay, you've already got your item made, and this is still warm and hot. What you're going to do is it's going to set it in there, and what will happen is it'll give you a base for your stamping. So now you have a solid area because see, I can't just put that on a block and try to stamp it just like that.
Right.
It
You'll destroy it. Yeah.
destroy it. Yeah, it'll take all it smash all the detail right there. But with this hard plastic stuff, got the here down here somewhere. Yep. So this is what it's called, Jet Basic.
Huh.
And they're little tiny beads, and you just put it in boiling water until it gets soft. And it never, I mean, I've had this for several years now. It just, you don't get rid of it. So I got this huge jar of it, but this is about all I need for all my stuff. And so you have your item in there when it's hot, you let it cool down, and now you have a solid base in order to stamp with too,
Oh,
without damaging your item.
that's so useful.
Yep.
It's called Jet Basic.
Jet Basic, you can get it off of Amazon or Dirt Cheap, or PMC is a supply company that all of the pourers like to use, and that's where you get your Delft clay. That's you can set up an account with PMC, and they have all the pouring stuff, furnaces, you name it. I also set my furnace off over there, my tabletop, to get it fixed, and they fixed it up.
This is why I need to talk to you and other pourers more, is getting the information, because right now, even somebody like Thule, I know she primarily seems to use like graphite, but we started at about the same time pouring, and she seems like light years ahead of me in a lot of respects, because I think she pours more often. I've been a little distracted, and so I'm trying to get back to it. I even have Silver Shot sitting out there that's been out there for months. I haven't poured because I've been trying to get things together. So I need to talk more to people that already are further along than me to gain that knowledge. And if you see, BH says in the chat that he's making a 1911 with a removable magazine tomorrow. That sounds like a huge undertaking.
Yeah. And that's just, you have to think it through and practice and practice and practice. And then you'll start being able to do the hard stuff, will become easier and easier because you have improved your skills. So it's just a lot of practice too. So this here is a pour, and you can see how long it is, like 1.5 feet. And this is a wand from Harry Potter. It weighs 11.83 troy ounces. And then also I put the stone in there to kind of dress it up even more. Beautiful garnet. And so I had to make custom boxes in order to do pours or flasks. So I use, I'll get in there and I'll cut, boards up and get them all set up and everything else, and make customized flash so I can do stuff like this, that's very, very long. But this one's almost 12 ounces of 3/9 fine silver.
That's crazy.
And
That's a lot of hard work. Somebody who
I've already sold it.
Oh, have you? Good. Well, so that's the thing. I think a lot of people see pours, and I mean, maybe even I did early on. You see stuff, and you're just like, oh yeah, you just like cast that or whatever. It sounds easy.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it's. There is so much work that goes into it. It's not even really funny, and until you really try it, you don't understand how complex it can get.
Yep. Here's a better look at this one. The pirate. And so what I did is I drilled down and then set a stone, which is a CZ in it, Zerbert Zirconian, for the other eye.
That's
Higher it
funny.
has.
So are you playing with stones a little bit more now, you think?
Yep.
It's I
Yep.
mean, it seems like it.
Yeah, I'm starting to work with more of the stones and trying to come up with ideas, kind of more working towards jewelry pieces.
Hmm.
So this one's exactly 4 ounces. But as you can see, here were my vents. They didn't polish all the way out, but there's a vent line, there's a vent line, there was a vent line, and then there was a vent line. And so it gave space when I poured it in the flask itself for the gases to escape, and then you get a good fill. And so that was
Okay.
a 3D print that I had done a while back, and I've made several of those. But when I first started out, this is what I was doing. I started out with just copper. And so I was making copper bars to stack copper bars. So I ended up with about 200 pounds of copper. Just so you can imagine all of the propane that I use because I have my Devil's Forge for this stuff instead of an electric furnace. So with my
Right.
Devil's Forge is what I started out with in pouring. Much more challenging.
Oh, I can imagine. I mean, it's quicker, right, to get heated up, but
It still takes about a good 20, 25 minutes to get, you know, your copper very hot and liquidy. Um,
that's
and
still
then
better than some. I made the mistake one time. I was doing larger pours, I think early on when I was testing, and I filled the crucible with probably like 15 ounces or somewhere around there.
uh-huh.
I think that took like an hour and a half
Yep.
to fully liquefy. Even and it said it was at temperature, and you know the thermometer is inside the cavity and
Right.
not where the inside of the crucible is. But it would say it was up to temperature for I think about 40 minutes or so, but the material still would be melted. So I realized like okay, maybe like kind of slowly fill might be the better way to kind of do that to
Right.
get up to temperature quicker rather than just throw everything in, turn it on. The electric furnace is nice, but it brings different elements into the process that make it take a lot longer than
Right.
something like a gas forge or a devil's forge.
No, Herman, I haven't seen that Deer Ranger pour yet. I'll have to
Yeah,
take
you
a look at
said
it. Do you
that.
got a video
I
of
need
it?
to check it because the AK-47 would be very interesting to see
Yep.
how that went. And I've
Sure.
been looking at smaller things to cast and kind of try,
Mhm.
uh, such as some of these soapstone figures that I've
Right.
bought. Things like I'm kind of testing the limitations to see what's possible, what takes additional work, what's really feasible in terms of the deft clay casting, at
Mhm.
least currently with like a vertical flask style
Yep.
cast.
Yep. And they have different size flasks that you can get too. And so it's not just your regular, I think, what is it, 6 or 7 inches by 4 inches or something like that? Or is it
Yeah, I think it's probably somewhere around 6
standardized
or
one?
7.
Because I
Yeah,
have one that's 4 by 4 and it's deeper, it's much thicker, but it's 4 by 4 for other things that I like to cast. And then you can also, like I said, make custom made ones. You can also find larger ones, um, but they're not cheap either. So, like with this, is all the metal detecting pennies that were crap that the bank would just throw in the trash. I melted down, and this is a zinc bar made from pennies, all the zinc pennies.
that's actually super cool. So what happens with the copper with those? So when you
So
melt it
I
down,
skim it off. Well, you got to realize, okay, the zinc pennies only have like a spray paint coated
oh yeah, it's super
layer,
thin.
super
Yeah,
thin. So when I melt this, this also has a lot lower melting temp. It's a little bit more than lead, but I think this is about 650 degrees to melt zinc. And then I just skim off all of the trash, all the dirt, all the what was left over copper because there's not enough of it to even keep. And
Mhm.
yeah, and then you just get a nice zinc bar. And this is easier to cast stuff with too if you wanted to use zinc.
Hmm.
So, and like when I'm out metal detecting, I all the lead, I find tons of lead wherever I go, fishing weights, wheel weights, you name it, piping. I'll collect all of the lead and then I melt it also into bars.
Yeah, so I tried metal detecting for the first time actually, well, last weekend.
Uh,
And I found out salt water's conductive. That was super fun
yep,
because I was hitting everything at first.
yep,
So basically, what eventually happened, I didn't find anything. I got some dirty looks from some other people who were doing the same. I was essentially a tourist in their home turf.
yep,
So I get that. But basically, what I did was pick up trash throughout the South Carolina beach for a period of time. It was still fun. I
yeah,
mean, you hit something, you dig it up, you kind of look. No large scale finds. I tried to record some of it with a GoPro because there was no real finds. I just kind of scrapped the footage, but
right,
it was very exciting, and I think, maybe once I pull that into maybe my local area or some of the stuff here, it
hmm,
should be very interesting. But it's super. I don't think a lot of people realize how much fun that is for that thing to go off
oh
and you
yeah,
to just start digging, wondering. You know what the thing says. It's hitting on something depending on what your settings are, but
right,
there's something under there. What's it going to be? And a lot of times, pretty much every time, I was disappointed, but I found like pieces of like beach chairs and like pop tabs, beer tabs, different things, aluminum. Um,
right,
I basically picked up trash, but every time while you're digging, the excitement level is just paramount. And then if you actually pull up something like, some of the things that you find on a semi regular basis, I mean, that's just amazing. So it's a lot between pouring, stacking, maybe metal detecting. There's so many different facets to all of this that I just find so interesting because they all have their own kind of identities. But I
right,
feel like a lot of people kind of gravitate through them. So many people probably get into metal detecting just because they stack silver and they think it would be fun to try. You
hmm,
know, it's very interesting to see all of the different aspects of coin collecting and stacking that you can kind of move into.
right, right. And that's kind of what I started out. That's what really got me in. Now I was always liked coins. I wasn't really huge. I had a jar full of them of old coins. That was about it. Um, so I didn't have very much as in the way of coins and coin collecting. I really wanted to get back into metal detecting. Um, and so I started watching videos on YouTube, which led to not only learning how to hunt for coins and where and all that stuff, and jewelry, and um, ended up leading me to coin collecting and all the different channels in that, which led me into pouring, which I mean, it just on and on and on. So multiple hobbies. Keeps me pretty busy though, and still have a full time job.
Oh
And then
man.
the other
Yeah.
hobby is also trying to do YouTube for fun.
Hold on. Is that Herman's?
That's Herman's. Isn't that
Oh
awesome?
God.
Yeah. Let me go to the next one here. This is the other side.
Okay, now Herman, I gotta ask the question because I feel like it's important. So the handle looks hammered. I need to know for my own purposes if that was done before casting or after, because after would be the most excruciating thing to try to hammer that handle
Yeah.
after you've already molded that piece. That looks crazy. I love that too because I love
And
the
the
day.
toning. So then you
Yeah,
get in also into toning, different stuff that you use for toning. Here's another one. Here's an axe that he did.
see, I'm so far behind. This
That's okay.
it's inspiring to look at, but I'm like, okay, then I look at some of the stuff I'm casting and I'm like, okay, there's some work to be done, but I'm gonna get there slowly. But
Right.
man, with some of
And
the
that's the
stuff
key. And that's the key. It's just practice and learning and building your skill
after
level. And
he says after, so he hammered that
yes,
after
hammering
he
afterwards.
that's oh, I would
So
be
keep
so worried I would strike one of the other areas. Oh, that's just amazing. Lots and see again, that's what I was saying earlier. Nobody really you look at that Derringer piece and everybody can look at it and
right.
say, "Okay, that's awesome." But not a lot of people, if you haven't tried to cast something
Hmm.
or turn something into something after casting like that, you don't really appreciate how much work has really gone into it
Hmm.
until you really experience it for yourself and see that just casting something, you get a much less than finished piece, and you
Exactly.
still have to do so much to make that. I have something coming out soon. I haven't said anything about it too much yet. Only one person knows what it is, and I'm waiting for the recipient to receive it. But
Hmm.
I cast something and it went horribly. I did it twice. And each time it was pretty symmetrical, but not. And
Hmm.
so my mold wasn't right. There was a lot of issues with it. So basically, I had to finish it with Dremel and like files and literally kind of carve it into what it was supposed to be, for lack of a better term.
Hmm.
And it took a lot of work. And it's fine. I'm more than happy with it, and it's not perfect.
Right.
But even going through that, I'm like, okay, I got something like kind of workable. The first draft was horrible, and then the second draft was better, and I thought I could work with it, and I did. Still not perfect, but I look at that piece now. I see the imperfections, but the one person that has seen it was like, "That's amazing." That's a great
Hmm.
piece. Like, I don't know why you're looking at all of the imperfections. I think it's fine. And yes, I get their point, but from a maker's perspective,
Hmm.
you look at it through a different eye and you're like, "Oh, I should have fixed this, or I could have done more with that, or I didn't have the tool to finish this part correctly." And so it's very weird because it's two different sides. A lot of people probably look at it and think it's awesome. I see the flaws though. And I'm sure Herman and BH can agree
Yep.
when they pour something and it looks amazing to anybody else. They're like, yeah, but there's that one part that
Yep.
didn't turn out right. And so that's what I'm trying to like kind of embrace some of the imperfections
Hmm.
in some of the pours and not worry about them as much because I think we're our worst critics in terms of what we do. And so I don't think there's a lot of self-service there. Learn from the mistake, hopefully improve it and do
Hmm.
better next time. I think
Well,
that's
and
all.
that's what motivates you to be better and better. Is that
Mhm.
too? Hey, EMR Coins, how are you doing? Yeah, you'll never get paid for all the work, yeah, that goes into it, all the hours and training and tools, and it's a labor of love, really, is what you're doing.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's a labor of love and fun and just something, I really wanted to do it to push myself to, you know, to push my artistic capabilities. Constantly am doing that too, and um using different metals?
That's one thing I don't do yet. I haven't tried to do anything with copper or anything like that currently because all of my material is for 3 nines fine. So I'm sticking with that
Mm-hmm.
for now. Eventually, like I've kind of thought, my crucibles when they start getting like kind of worn out, I might switch them over to copper and just kind of pour some bars and some extra stuff
Mm-hmm.
with those. But um for now mostly I'm stuck on that. And the idea was to buy, shot and kind of pour my own stuff and
Mm-hmm.
throw my own stuff in the stack and save, a few bucks on every 10 ounces or so.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of the base idea. And then, of course, as we all know, that spirals from there. But carving things and doing things is very
Yeah.
interesting because it's like a one off. I made one piece recently. It's completely a one off. I destroyed the mold after I made it. Um, so it's literally one of a kind. That's already gone. It's gone to its new home. But something like that is very interesting because you only really get to do it once. And so it is what it is. You finish it how you can finish it. It's very interesting to do like a one of a kind piece.
Yep.
And then you just kind of got to be happy with it and let it go.
Uh-oh.
And go
Trouble's
out.
in the chat. We got hardcore
Oh, cool.
copper.
There you go.
Sweetheart, she is. Henri, sweetheart, I should say. But beautiful.
So how are we doing on viewers? I'm not looking yet. How many
I
people?
haven't even looked in a while. We've just been having fun. All the
Yeah,
pourers are in the house, so
and
I
that's
think we'll
good
get over.
for the current topic, right?
All right, let's see here. Get that muted. We looks like we got 9 watching right now.
I'm in trouble all the time. Well, that's not always a
Yeah,
bad thing. At
she
least you know where you stand.
I could see hardcore. Yeah, she would definitely be trouble. I don't know if she can handle me. That's the thing. Well, you guys want to do some auctions?
I'm going to step away for a second. You start that, and I'll be right
Right.
back.
Sounds good. Go big here. All right. Shared you out. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Move some stuff off my table here. That's pretty packed. We'll see if there's anything of interest that you guys like. Oh, I just saw someone in the basement. Ah, there's trouble.
Yep. You better believe it.
How are you?
Getting into trouble as usual.
There's no other way. There's nothing else to do.
I try my best,
Yep.
Hey, David. Oh, I was trying to show off my balls in this live stream, but they were busy right now. I should wait and go in later
Ah,
when it's close to buy time, I guess. And I just
interesting.
noticed
What?
one of them is kind of scratched. Kind of a lot of scratch. I guess that's I don't know what the crap.
So
that
you're
is.
saying you're scratching your balls?
Scratching my balls, man. Somebody scratched them for me, I guess. Kind of crappy. I wanted to do it. I guess I can show you guys if y'all want to see my balls. That is.
Yeah. Ooh, that is beautiful.
See,
There.
that's
Oh, that.
scratched.
You got some
My poor
Pokemon
balls.
balls. Oh, I remember those. I
I
have
was
the
gonna say, I
complete
don't know if
set.
you remember these.
I used to have the complete set.
99. Look at that. And see, it was a collector channel that I was trying to show it on, but they had, like I said, they had a lot of things going on. So,
Yep.
and it has the little certificate thing. Jigglypuff. And I didn't break this. It does this on purpose. It's supposed to do this. Oh, crap. Hold on.
Because we get those from Burger King.
Yes.
Yep.
Back in 99. I can't believe I still have them. Where'd you get?
So
I'll fix
my
that
daughter,
later.
who I bought them for, took them all out and played with them all and
Oh,
destroyed all of
no.
them. So they ended up just getting tossed. At the time, I never thought about them being collector's items.
Oh,
Well,
I didn't.
I did, but then once you got into it, I was like,
See, something's on this one too. Crap.
hold on just a moment. I got a phone call. I'll be right back.
No problem. I'll go ahead and show my other ball. This one is Charizard. At least I got some pretty decent ones, that are known, not some freaky named ones that, not that I keep up with Pokemon, but this little thing. Pretty cool, I thought. Hey, MR coins. Showing off my balls. They're red and shiny. Probably need to see a doctor about that. Oh, hey. Oh, just kidding. I didn't even. Anyway, I was just. And they're scratched. I don't like that. Oh, man. You want to see something else really cool? I forgot this is sitting right next to me. I'm going to have to mute, though, because I don't want y'all to hear me tearing stuff up. Not Madrid, although it is really cool. And, oh, crap. Not Masal, but it's really cool, too. But getting to what I'm trying to get to, that is. My mom picked this thing up that I'm about to show y'all a few years ago when I started teaching pre-K, and she said, "Hey, I got something I picked up for you. Maybe you could use it in your classroom for the kids to play with." She must smoke crack. What? Y'all see this? It is original. And he got a little scratched too, but I don't think he's as bad as I thought he was. I can get it open. Stubborn. Yes, it opens. Oh dear, everybody's falling out. Crap. Unfortunately, not all of the figures are here, but a couple of them are. What are you doing in Princess Leia's spot? These little guys. And I thought I had Princess Leia, but she must have gotten lost. I thought it said something on here. See, it opens up. And you put the little characters in it, in their spots. But right now, I'm just going to throw these guys in here. Just to keep them nice and safe. But she thought I was going to let those pre-K kids play with this? No. I thought it had a date on it somewhere. Or maybe I looked it up. And it had a date. I don't know. I thought it was really cool. Look, I am your father. I love him.
I'm back.
Okay. BB-8's in here too, but I can't get him out because he has to be charged up and his head falls off.
Oh. So you're showing off all your toys that you had when you were a kid, right?
No. My mom picked this up at a garage sale.
Wow.
And BB-8, she got it for my kids for Christmas, but they don't really play with him anymore. He's like, his belly's like this big, and then his head goes on. It's like magnetic,
Yeah.
and you roll him around. And I got tired of my cabinets getting beat up, so he's a pretty big dude. Okay.
I think that's from 82, if my
I
research
was gonna
is
say
correct.
86, but I wasn't really sure.
But I've seen one before, and those original figures are valuable, even in beat up condition. So you're very correct. I would not let young children play with them and rip the arms off of them. But yeah, good eye for catching that.
Oh, yeah.
What about so about that tall, like Barbie size tall, Luke Skywalker. From when he was in the snow and the Tauntauns.
Okay, Hoth.
And yeah, so out in the frozen tundra when he was riding around in that. So he has his lightsaber, he's got his snowsuit on. It's still in the box, has never been taken out of the box. And I think that was what, about 82?
I don't know. I almost want to say they remade, if it was 82, I think they remade something like that in the 90s. You'd have to make sure of but either way, even if it's the 90s, because we're old. And so that seems like yesterday, but it's actually a lot longer than we think. So you still have some value there. I guarantee it, no matter what.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember like the 12-inch action figures.
Yeah, I searched for it on eBay, I think a couple of years ago, couldn't find any of them like it.
Nobody's selling that.
Yeah. So it is pretty cool looking though.
That does sound cool. It's like my kids, they collect Hot Wheels, or I collect Hot Wheels for them.
Yep.
And I'm like, don't you dare open those packages. Okay, we got Hot Wheels we got from a garage sale for y'all to play with. These are not to play with. And I'll have to show y'all one day. They have them out. Trevor has his like all on, well, they're on 4 of his walls.
Yep.
And then I take Jackson's and I make them like a border around the room.
Yep.
And like,
that's
see,
cool.
you get to look at it.
Yep. That's what I did as a kid. I had shelves and shelves and shelves of Hot Wheels, and I actually still have all of them. Now, they weren't in boxes, but they are the red line ones. There are some from the 60s, and then some from the early 70s and 80s. And I have a tub, like a big giant tub, and they're all wrapped up in newspaper individually. So I have the Hot Wheels and I have Matchbox in there, full. And some of them are in really nice condition, but
they've
what they're
got
worth, I don't know.
That Hot Wheels treasure hunt. Man, you want to talk about a girl was pulling stuff down looking for. We didn't have any from the treasure hunt. Now every time I go to the dollar store, so I'm like, let me look at the Hot. Okay, nope, next.
That's funny. Hey, Kraken, what are you doing? How are you?
But my mom had gotten
Now, Kraken is a toy guy too. Kraken loves toys. Loves his Hot Wheels, his cars. Yep.
Some of the ones she got
at 10,
the garage sale.
62 Hot Wheels. Yeah, I probably have well over or close to 500 Hot Wheels in that tub.
Oh wow. I had to take some of Trevor's down because the packages were starting to yellow, I guess from the sun and dust and stuff. So I'm like, well, those go back in the box and we'll put new ones up. But some of the ones she got from the garage sale, I'll have to go get them in a minute. They're really cool. They were like NASCAR. And I'm like, oh, well, y'all can't play with those either. Sorry, guys. They're like, can we play with any of them? I'm like, yeah. That one
I remember one of my favorite ones was the Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, yes.
The orange one. I had probably 4 or 5 of those.
Oh, man. I would love to have one of those. My cousin used to have the Knight Rider car kit, and it talked. I'm like, oh, Betty, wish you would have kept that.
It's amazing how many toys we had as kids that are now worth so much money. But when you're a kid, you just want to tear it out of the package and play with it.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
we don't
Exactly.
think.
That's
So
what it was made for.
I've seen a thing recently with parents, I mean, in the last like 20 years or so, where they'll buy multiple toys for their kids and put one aside that they don't open. And another big one is Lego sets,
Oh my
right?
gosh, we have
So
so
a
many.
lot of the older ones they don't make anymore. I mean, you could reconstruct them out of actual pieces. That would take so much work. But some of the original sets that came out, the Millennium Falcon and different things, as we were on the Star Wars kick, are just worth so much money. My buddy is a big Legos and Transformers fan. He
Oh
bought
yeah.
an original Optimus from Japan, like the figure, for like $2,000. And this was way back in the day. So
God.
I have no idea what that's worth now, but it's amazing how much our toys are worth
Exactly.
30,
Like
40 years later.
I still have my Cabbage Patch Kids, my Rainbow Bright, no My Little Ponies, because I chewed the legs on those. The legs were so wonderful and chewy. I just wish I had one right now to chew on now that I think about it, but they're just wonderful to chew on. But I have those and I have my Barbies and things like that. Of course, her hair might be a little different, but she needed a trim.
I remember when I was probably about 10 to 11 years old when Barbies got really hot as far as collectibles. Everybody was looking for the 1960s Barbies.
Oh yeah.
They were big money then.
I
Oh,
didn't really collect Barbies because, most of the time I didn't play Barbie. I was too busy decorating her house, and my cousin would get so mad because I would be in there. Can we play yet? No, not yet. She's got to have a couch and she's got to have this. And, I'm mostly decorated because I didn't get a Ken doll forever. I'm like, look, Mom, Barbie's tired of being gay. She wants a boyfriend. Okay. Skipper's not doing much for her. She needs a boyfriend. So I finally get a Ken doll. And when you take the clothes off of them, it's just plastic underwear on there, kind of like engraved in. Well,
That's funny.
Ken had a little accident. What had happened was, if you're gonna make a Barbie,
he's missing his member. Is that what you're saying?
no, it's a lot worse than that, sir. If you're gonna make a Barbie convertible, make sure Barbie and Ken can ride in it, because she's not gonna leave him while she goes to the movies. He got to pay for everything, so she's gonna bring him with. But he didn't quite fit in the car, so I made him fit in the car. He had to go to the emergency room before they went to the show and get the electrical taped back together. His top half and his bottom half weren't friends anymore.
I have a whole little box of toys somewhere.
But my dad thought it would be cool to clean my room while I was at school. When I came home, I got Barbie out because she was, due for she had some surgeries that she had to do. And I only found the bottom half of Ken because my dad threw the top half in the trash.
Oh.
Guess who was out digging in the garbage after that? My dad.
So here's
We
something
did
really cool.
find him though, and Barbie was able to do some reconstructive surgery. She used duct tape this time instead of electrical tape because she found out the electrical tape was too thin, too narrow.
Hey,
so
Ashes, how are you?
had to duct tape. But yeah, he's okay now. Wherever he is in that plastic heaven somewhere.
You guys know what this is?
It's a light, right?
Shiny.
It's a flashlight. This was my great grandmother's flashlight.
Now
And the
you're gonna have
amazing
to
thing
make me
is,
go get.
it still works.
You're gonna have to
So
make me
you
go
put
get the
your AA
binoculars.
batteries in there, and this is your little switch to turn it on and off, and it still works.
I know.
That is super cool. So what? Like the base is brass, and then
Yeah, it's brass.
That's
So how does
Brass
it
and
work?
highly decorated.
Is it gonna
little
take? Does it take
flashlight.
batteries?
Yeah.
Sweet.
AA batteries, and it still
It's
works.
just a little lady's flashlight for her purse,
Yep,
so she
that
can
was
dig
my
around in there and find
great-grandmother.
that crap stuck to the mint on the bottom. That's mint condition when you do that. Totally mint condition.
Let's try to get this into focus.
Gonna shank somebody with that?
Need a shave?
Ooh, no.
Now, I don't use that, but I use a double blade classic safety razor.
It wouldn't be safer
So
than me.
I like those.
Check the date on that.
1924.
That's sweet.
And so how you do it, it twists the base, comes undone,
Squeezes
and
the
it
tip
opens
out.
up. It's
there.
kind of got a spring action to it,
Okay.
and then you put your new blade in.
Ooh.
Now,
And
is
then
it
you sit
double
real still.
sided?
It can be double-sided, yep.
Don't sneeze.
You want to sell it, Ray? I use a
All right.
blade like that,
See
but
your razor, and I will raise you.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's get this party started.
I don't
y'all.
even know if you can get those blades anymore.
I'll find them if they exist. I'll find them.
That is pretty cool old artifact there.
I'm gonna
I
send
found
you a
this in
text
an old
message,
house, an old abandoned house.
but it might take me a while because service isn't any good around here.
Oh, here you go. You need to put some sunglasses on.
Ooh, yeah. I might need to use those as safety glasses while I'm working with my wood.
Very retro right there. Sunglasses.
Check that.
Those almost look like the glasses Barbie was wearing in the original,
Almost.
like the first Barbie.
Here you go. Need some rouge?
How many of those little bitty things did those women have to go through? Because I've seen some girls put on some makeup now.
So there you go. And it still has the mirror. It still has the little pad, and it's still got a little bit of makeup in her.
Oh wow, that's
You might
really
get
cool.
the hip from that.
Have you dated
me.
that?
I haven't looked up the date on it, but I'm guessing probably 20s or 30s.
Yeah, I mean you're talking early era with that. That's
Early.
super cool.
Right after they started crushing berries to make makeup, that came next. Rocks
Nice
and
little antique
stuff.
there. Glasses. Here's a little for a doll. You want to do their hair?
A hair barrette?
You got curlers for a doll.
Oh, cool. Yeah, like Barbie shoes.
Yeah,
Which
so
she
this
never
is no telling
went
how
to
old this is
matching hair.
either. Found that in that old abandoned house.
Oh, that's cool.
There's your
Y'all stepping on
instructions.
Legos hurt? Try stepping on Barbie shoes. Those things don't give either. And she wears only high heels because she's a hooker.
There's a bunch of old junk in this.
I mean, she got a lot of nice stuff for somebody that can't bend their knees. I'm just saying.
I need to take some of this stuff out. You a cowbell?
Hey, AAP, what you doing? Lordy,
Nice
Gee,
little
Willikers has
button
been
there. I need to go
forever.
my button slip. There's some more other buttons in here.
Raise birth years on that razor. Cracking,
I
you
got,
better
like,
run.
Tons
and
of
run
stuff, old, seat buckles and belt buckles. And
Now is a lot of that just stuff you found, or is that metal detecting?
this is stuff I found when I was a kid.
Oh, I've got some
In like
tiny
abandoned homes, like
tools.
those old abandoned rock homes and stuff like that. Like I think this is a clock key.
My cousin and I used to play pirates, and we would just go in my bedroom and find random things like Monopoly pieces and baseball cards and just random things, and we would hide them in the backyard and make a treasure map. Somebody's foot grew before we got to find the treasure, obviously, because we never could retrace our steps. So I told the lady that bought our house when we moved, I was like, when you see random toys float up in the backyard, don't be scared. Okay, we lost those in a treasure hunt.
Well, that's
Blackbeard
maybe what I
got
need to do. I have a tote full of, it's got old comic books, and I've got some other old collectibles in there. Maybe I should just bring them out. Yep, C-clamp.
The cutest little sea clamp you've ever seen
I still
before in
use
your
them.
life. It's so
I still use them.
Oh, really? For what? That's so. What do you?
So
What do
for
you call that?
casting, so in the flask,
Oh,
if you clamp both sides of the flask to keep it tight when you're getting ready to pour the metal in, I use C clamps at times,
but you know what? I was
especially
thinking
for the wood ones.
I gotta fix my train track, and I bet this would help a lot because I need to make a curve. Yeah. Oh, because I collect Thomas the Train track stuff. I mean, we got so many Thomas the Train sets because we like trains.
3.1 pounds of copper AAP. So this is one of the things that I casted.
That's a lot.
I made a megalodon tooth.
I want to find a real one though.
You want a real one?
Uh-oh.
I like.
That's a real one.
What?
I was wondering about the lines in your piece, and I was curious to see if they transferred, if they were just accents that you added, but that's real. Oh,
It's real,
that's
yeah.
interesting.
Oh, I'm
That-
coming to your house.
So
next.
this is the real one. And then it's got a nice little, it looks like a ship on the back of it. Ship design. You can see the serrations of the tooth and everything else. Yeah. It's a beautiful tooth.
Kraken. You mean you wrong for that? All right, just stack it. Go get some toys. I'll be back.
I don't have any toys. I gave
You
them
got
all away.
something.
Not those kind of toys.
Well, when Kraken gets ready for bed, he's going to go brush his tooth. He didn't brush his teeth, he brushed his tooth. So yeah, I casted that one. I got a little pirate here that I made. That's 4 ounces of 3/9 fine silver, and it's got a CZ in it. Those are some of the things I casted. These locks I got from my dad. My dad said that he had these, he used to get these out of gumball machines when he was a kid back in the 50s, 40s, and 50s. These locks.
I take it you don't have the keys.
Well, I don't have the keys, but that's okay. Still fun. So let's show off some stuff here. Hey, Philip the Board, how are you doing? Let's see.
I got some
You can
toys.
practice your scrimshaw artist on the tube. That would be awesome.
I just can't get in them.
Wait,
They're
what?
childproof toys.
Hold on. What is that? I need
Well,
that
this is a
explanation.
walrus tooth.
Oh, my friend lives in Alaska, and he's a native Alaskan, so he gets to do all of that stuff with the ivory. Y'all know Andrew.
Andrew's Northwest Coins.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, good friend. That's crazy. Where did you pick that up, Ray?
Antique store.
That
How
took a
much
lot of time for
was
some.
that?
Isn't that cool?
That's crazy.
I have that over with my chip and stuff.
But these are the ones I took out that I don't let the kids touch. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw this earlier. I had this up. This is a 1963 uncirculated, beautiful Benji. I mean, I can't even. It's so bright you can't.
Right.
There we go. You can see a little better. There we go. And it's a Philly. Then you got the Massachusetts quarter because that's where he's from, and then you have all 3 stamps.
Oh, that's
Are
cool.
non-canceled there. Really
It's a
cool
big
stuff there. I'm starting this one at 20. If you guys like it. That one's trying to pop out of the capsule now. There we go. You get the nice little lithograph there. You guys need a 1963 Benji uncirculated. Would be the way to do it. So this is a $20 starting bid if you guys are interested in it. Pretty neat. United States Commemorative Gallery. Vault verification AS1915 Franklin Stamp Collection. So that's some of the coins that I have there. And then I don't know if any of you guys collect the older red books, but this one's from 87. Some people
I wish I
collect
coulda
even
gotten
the red books that go all the way back to the
books.
40s. This one is in really nice condition. Well, I'm sitting here looking at check this out. You'll freak out about this. Okay, so let's go to small cents. Let's see, that's large, 2-piece, small cents. Here we go. We're going to go over to the SVDB. So back in 1987, you could get a SVDB in G4 for $220 or $25.
Can we go back in time? You got that time machine built yet?
Yeah, no, tell me about it. Wouldn't you like to go buy some coins at that time? There you go. Now it's in focus. Yeah, $225. If you got it in, say, MS, it'd be about a $500 coin. Or MS63, it'd be $700. You can't even get a G4 now for $1,200.
I just need one for a book filler, yo. If y'all come across it,
Isn't that crazy? It's really fun to go back and look at these old ones and look at the prices and stuff on them, how
Right?
things have changed.
It is crazy.
So I got this up for $5 if you guys want it. My shipping is $5. I just picked it up because I thought it was cool and snagged it
yeah.
away. Let's see if you guys like this. Some of you have seen it, some of you haven't. Standing Liberty Quarter panels. So this is made by the Postal Commemorative Society. Ain Friday, how are ya? Standing Liberty Quarter panels. There is a total of 14 SLQs in here from 1926 all the way up to 1930, all PDNS. And it even has the key date in here. So you have, this is the Declaration of Independence. You get the stamp with it and the SLQ. You have the Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death and the stamp on it. And it's got all the history on the back side. You can read up on all of those. This is the 26th San Francisco. And then you got the Freedom of Religion, 1927. 1927 Denver. Freedom of Speech. And then here's the key date, the 27 San Francisco. Right here is about a $50 coin in itself. Easy.
Dang.
Grade that it's in. This is the freedom of press, the right to peaceful assembly. So, like I said, it has a total of 14 SLQs in here, all full dates and mint marks in there. And I am looking for $200, and that would be $200 shipped. If you guys are all interested in that, 14 SLQs plus all of the stamps and the book itself. I mean, it is really, really nice. You look at the comps on this on eBay. If I don't sell this soon, I'm going to put it on eBay. And yeah, good
That's
money
cool.
on it. So there's still a lot of meat on the bone with that one. Well, what else did I have in here? What do you guys think of this? Ellis Island set. This is the proof set. 1986 proof set. You get the $2 half. You get the Kennedy. and the Statue of Liberty. You get the penny, the dime, the quarter, the nickel, and the silver dollar. This is a 90% silver dollar right here. Beautiful proof set. In some of the sets, they just did the dollar and half dollar together, but this is the entire proof set. I'm asking $30 start bid on that one. Any interest on that one? Negative.
It's a little late in the day.
Well, I know it's a little late in the day to most people are just tired, worn out, just want to hang out. But look at all this stuff. This is some of the stuff I picked up today.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, wow.
That's a 20-cent piece. Not a
Oh,
quarter.
awesome.
The 20-cent piece.
I don't think I've ever seen one of those, like not in a book.
1875 S. 20-cent piece. Looking for 115 on it.
That is awesome.
They
That's
only
a-
made them for, they did 75, 76, and
I'll have to do that, Kraken.
I think 77 is the only time they did the 20-cent pieces.
Yeah, those 20-cent pieces get really expensive.
Yep.
I
Higher
saw
grade you get.
I saw one in pretty good shape, and it was like $3.75, I think.
Dang.
Any of you guys collect Canadian coins?
I don't collect them, but I do have a lot of them.
I plead the fifth.
So these are the Canadian dollars and quarters. These are all clad, but all pretty good shape. All different years. Oh, it's a really nice one. 96 loan, 87 loan, another 87, another 87, and then this is a 71 Canadian dollar.
Cool.
And for all of it, I was asking 20. There is a total of 18 coins there. You're at all interested. $20 to make her hollers. We have
I've heard
that.
that. I have to run to the little fairies room and go talk to a princess about a unicorn. I'll be back.
That's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
So I went and picked up from my coin shop a bunch of really nice Barber dimes. So fine to very fine. 1911. Picked up, and there's an 11D. So these aren't just flat, you know how you see some of the Barber dimes, they're just worn completely out. These are in fine condition.
Oh, yeah.
This one's G4, but it is the 10S. A little tougher date to get. That's how you usually see Barbers. That one is a tougher date to get. One is a very good.
Yeah, that one's got a lot of detail on it.
Yep. Some of them are really, really nice. Like this one's very good. This one's pretty nice too. It's just darker toned. So if there are any there that you like, let me know. There's an 05 and G4. This is a VG. 02. There's an 8. That's a 15. And then I got some really cool ones that I think you guys will like. This one is a tough one to get. This is the 1898 O VG8. It's a tougher barber to get there. Anybody doing their Mercury dimes? This one is a beauty. Uncirculated mint state. I need a camera. Will actually work. There we go.
Hey guys, I gotta run because I got a kid that needs some help with something right now. I don't know what it is. Something he's working on, and I gotta hold something. So, yeah, because I bought a soldering station and a little holder thing, yeah, but I need to hold it because that doesn't work. It's broke. It's not broke.
Yeah,
but, it's broke. We'll see.
I get it. Thank you for coming up and hanging out with us.
Thanks for letting me come up and share my toys.
Well, I'm glad it was good toys. Wink, wink.
Don't you know that in the state of Texas, you're only allowed to have? Never mind. I'm breaking all kinds of rules. Anyway,
bye.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's a really nice Merc time.
Very nice one.
Even in the later years, it's hard to find uncirculated examples. 34? Ooh.
That's a pretty one, isn't it?
Yeah, you're twisting my arm with this. 34 Denver. Because I got it somewhere over here. You know how my desk is, coins everywhere. But I picked up one, I don't even remember what year it is, but I grabbed it off of eBay. Oh, here it is. It's a 41S I got on eBay, and they claimed full bands.
Uh-huh.
And I'm, not that guy, as Big Flip would say. But if there's ever been one that I had that I thought qualified, this would be one. And I was surprised at how much I was able to pick it up for. So you really, it's tough to find Mercury that are in great shape like that. Uncirculated and beyond are almost
even if they're uncirculated, doesn't mean that they're going to have full bands. That's the extraordinary thing about them, because when they got knocked around and just tossed into bags, they always got dinged on those high points. So to have full bands is tough, even for mint state coins.
So what are you sitting at on those two? The 30 and the 10, right?
Well, that'd be 40.
All right. Let me, I know we're not moving a lot of stuff and I'm on panel, but let me take those two from you for sure.
Okay.
Merc dimes have a strong place in my heart. And I have a BU set and I have an AU set. But the BU set, I've never pulled out to really examine. I've just left them in. So I don't know what I have there, but it's a full set. I gotta still collect all the raw ones that I can. So I'll pick those up from you, no problem.
Awesome. Faded dime, 1890, Philadelphia, fine 12. Looking for 17 on it. You guys like seated stuff? Yeah, that strike didn't always have full separation, plus just getting dinged around. I mean, it's tough to find perfect coins. Having full bands in mint state, that's what makes it so rare. And there are very few of them.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's a nice one there. 1890 fine 12. $19.29D VF25. Only drawback, it is scratched. It does have a scratch on it.
Oh, Kraken. That's funny. He says it's the FTD Flowers guy.
And it looks
Um,
like that. I'm wondering if that's where they got their thing. I've
that,
always thought the same thing.
that is 100% where they got their logo from.
Yep.
Um, and that's hilarious that some of us remember that. Are they even still in business?
I don't know. I haven't bought flowers in forever.
Well, yeah. I think flowers have gone the wayside.
Yeah. But then also, to have still the folds in the dress really nicely, good detail, still detail in the grass, still detail in the face. Yeah, this is a pretty decent one for.
That's the Denver?
Yeah, this is the 29D. If it didn't have the scratch on it, it'd be like a $60 to $70 coin.
And that's when it all fell apart, right? The crash of 29.
Yeah. She's a beaut.
Mm-hmm.
$1952, 50-cent piece, Washington Carver, brilliant uncirculated.
Oh, that's a lot of luster.
I mean, it is
Look at it,
mint state.
cartwheel.
This is definitely a mint state coin. Nick, how are you doing? Welcome in. We're just playing with coins, talking about silver pours, all kinds of stuff, just having fun. Showing off some really old stuff. To get it to focus, that's an 89 maple, second year maple. Need to put a new capsule on it. It's got a scratch on the capsule. It's not. I don't think it's cracked. I think it's scratched. I do 35 on it, and it is 49 fine silver.
Kraken did the research for us. He says their website is still working for FTD.
Oh wow. That'd be like
Maybe I-
JC
maybe
Penney.
I-
That would be like JC Penney still being going, or Sears, or
They are in some places in some ways. I got some tools replaced through Sears. I don't know, about 4 or 5 years ago, and I had to call into customer service, and they sent them to me in the mail, but they still honored the warranty. And the funny thing was, they didn't even want the tools back because I expected like a return shipping label. They were like, "No, it doesn't matter. We'll just send you new ones."
yes, these are for sale, Kraken. This one is 15. This one is 35.
So wait, what's that 15? What was that
So
again?
this is a commemorative here. This is 1972, beautifully toned. It's an uncirculated 1972 Canada dollar. That's my birth year, and it's got golds and blues. I mean, just incredibly toned up.
That is gorgeous. Very gold looking.
So you want that one, Kraken?
Kraken's on it. See,
All
I
right.
shouldn't have said anything and just let it go.
Let me write that down for Kraken here.
Ray,
Gotta get all my shipping done.
since I haven't seen anybody else chime in, throw me that maple on my tab because I don't think I have any that early.
Okay.
And I have the commemorative colorized set.
Right.
I forget what year they are. They're all graded. I'm never gonna touch them. They're in a box. But the maples are something that I need to probably collect more of. And that being the second year, I know I don't have it. So let me grab that in my bag too.
All right. See, and that's the thing about the maple.
Oh wait. Hold on. Stop that. Kraken supersedes me. He says he wants both of them.
Well, how about we do? You want to do a bid off?
No. Let him have it. That's fine. I'm on panel, so I have unfortunate advantage. So let him have it. That's fine. I can find another one out there.
All right, Kraken, it's up to you. What do you want to do? You want both of them, or do you want to give one to him? It's up to you, Kraken. It doesn't matter to me.
I would hope not.
That's why I go get coins. And so, you guys have access to coins. Like we're just kind of a secondary coin shop. Okay.
There you go. Very generous.
Yeah,
Thank you,
that
Kraken.
is.
I appreciate it.
So this is some of the work that I've been working on in Canada. So 88 was the first year of the maple leaf. So I need, a 92, a 94, a 96, and then a 97, 98, 2001, 2002. And then I need a few on that page. But then all of the newer ones, like these years, I have from 14 to 22, and then I have the 23. And then I have some of the commemorative ones of the wolf. I think that's the werecat, the bison. This one here. This is 2010, the hockey one. And then I have the 25, the 30. I have the Superman. I really like the Superman design. So those maple leaves are pretty cool. And then I added these pages in. These are for the commemorative early dollars from the 70s on up. And these are all 50% silver. So I've been working on that. So there's my 72 that I had in there. So I had an additional extra. But yeah. Been working on this for a little bit. That's my Canada Dance Co. That's the one I've been working on that. And then I have a few others in this one. I almost need a separate. I think I'm just going to buy a blank Dance Co. for the rest of them. And then see, I have some more of the commemoratives here. And so these have the different privies on them, like E equals MC squared. You got the wolf, the monkey, the yin yang, the moose, the light bulb. So a few of those different ones. I'm working on those. This one is like a 1.5 ounce polar bear. They come in all different sizes and weights, and that's what's crazy. Like this one is a 2 ounce right here from 2019. The only 2 ouncer I got. And then some other commemorative stuff, and then a few gold coins. Some of the gold Grammys. So, yep, just keep adding and adding to the Canadian. And plus, I have all of the albums for the pennies, nickels, dimes on all the way up for Canada. I have all those albums.
Yeah, I have my penny Canadian album now that I'm attempting to fill. That's proving tougher than I thought. But luckily, I have another Detroit penny box that I got from Kendall. And so, fingers crossed, I find a couple more in that. But the early Canadian pennies, at least for us here in the States,
Mhm.
it's super hard to get a hold of.
Right.
A lot of people, just kind of dismiss some of the Canadian coinage. And as you're showing with some of the dollars and things that you're looking at with the different privy marks and things, American coins are kind of like the pinnacle of all coin collecting for a lot of people, but we're so limited on the mint, right? And what we can do that I don't think people really appreciate some of the variety in some of the other countries, like Canada with the privy marks and the different things. You
Right.
get in a rabbit hole real quick trying to put together a set of those because there is so much variety in different designs where we are kind of hamstringed with what we can do as far as the US Mint in terms of doing anything different. I've actually speculated, and I'd be interested on your thoughts on this. When do you think we're going to get a Type 3 Eagle come out? How much longer do you think it's going to be?
Well, since they've just gone to Type 2, I don't know. I mean, it could be another 20, 30 years.
I mean, I'd like to think it's not going to be that long. I do like the Type 2 design better than the Type 1, but I feel like they're kind of understanding that they need to sort of mix it up a little more. And so
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we're only maybe 5 or 7 years out from a design change. Maybe even, and I know this is saying a lot, but maybe even some design change to the obverse in some way,
Yeah.
just because it's been so long. I mean, what, 86, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's a long time to really not change up probably the most iconic and recognized bullion coin
Right.
from a government mint.
Yeah. I mean, see, that's what Canada has. Their mint has a lot more freedom in what they can design and do. For our country, because we have the Coinage Act, every coin design has to be approved by Congress. So everything has to go in front of Congress. Everybody has to agree, and then they can do the coin. That's the big problem. So that's
Right.
why we don't have the latitude of being able to make really nice, extravagant coins like all of the the British mint, the Perth mint, Canadian mint, Mexico mint. All of those countries have basically the freedom to design really nice stuff and just put it out.
To license things like the Superman maple, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we're just so far behind. But hey, real quick, Philip and Kraken are bringing your attention to something in the chat that I feel like
All right.
you
Okay.
should at least look at and address.
Rename a red flag. Seen it before on troll accounts. Okay. Let's see.
It's basically it's Nick's screen name is a little off color. I don't know how concerned you are with that.
Yep. And that could be his personal name. But I can see how that can be a conflict.
Yeah.
I
Right.
just try to keep my mind innocent. It didn't even cross my mind.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I get you. I just wanted to. They were bringing your attention to it, so I figured I'd jump in since I saw it and mention it, just in case you were concerned. So far, Nick seems relatively innocent. I see nothing wrong with the comments that he's made,
I
but
mean,
the,
and that's why,
the
it didn't,
is
didn't
a
even
bit
bother me at all.
right.
So,
So where were we? We were talking about how the U.S. Mint is hamstringed by our legislative branch that won't allow them to do what they want,
yep.
and how other countries can just license all kinds of things and do all of these special coins. And that's one of the things that I think is most frustrating with US Mint. We should probably be on the forefront of all the beautiful stuff that is created, but I feel like we're just light years behind.
So check out this one.
45? Is that a whole 45 set?
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Capital holder.
Capital holder and everything, yeah.
It says rare mint set. Okay, so I looked up the 1950s sets. Okay,
Hmm.
they didn't have any 40s sets, but in the 50s, these sets go for about $900, and it's not too shabby when you pay $36 for it.
Oh, that's crazy.
So
That's a
this
great.
potentially could be well over $1,000 for this set. Hey, Shroom Day, how are you doing, bro? There's another guy you need to talk to about pouring too. He's an awesome pourer too. So yeah, I mean, that is a beautiful 1945 set there, and I didn't know anything about it. After I had bought a whole bunch of sets from the coin shop, and they just wanted to get rid of it. So, Canada stuff can be quite valuable. I have a graded coin. It's a 1909 5-cent dime, half dime, and because it's a variety, um, coin sells for about $600, and I bought it from Keys. She was trying to move it. Plus, I collected Canada stuff, so we did a trade and stuff, and made a good deal on it.
People undervalue the amount of trades. Not lost, but I switched up a ton of buffaloes at one point for different things when I was really getting into graded coins and things.
Uh-huh.
God, I can't remember the gentleman's name at the moment. It'll come to me when I don't care anymore. But he started me on it on some of the
Kraken's not
trade
in the
games.
basement. I think we should just leave Kraken in the basement.
But I
Oh,
traded. I must have traded like 50 ounces of buffaloes for graded coins at different points. I mean, and it sucks for the stack, but when you're getting into collecting, I feel like it's real important to kind of like bridge that gap. And so I kept trading just bullion for graded coins a lot there early on. And I think it worked out really well in both our favors. They seemed to want the silver, and at the time, I wanted the graded coin, so it worked out really well. But I lost a lot of bullion to that when I really got into it. I was trading, and trading can be extremely lucrative if it's done correctly and you find the right deals, such as you're saying.
Yeah, I appreciate that very much, Philip the board.
Did you read what Mushroom said? Well, Shrooms Day
Mushroom
said.
said,
Yeah, he said something to you.
apologize for chiming in. I've seen this Nick character.
He was saying stuff that Nick was saying stuff that was derogatory toward Jessica in a
Gotcha,
other
gotcha.
stream.
Well, nothing's been said here.
I did time him out.
Said here.
I did time him out for 300 seconds just in case.
Okay.
Just as a preventative measure.
Perfect.
I guess when that comes off, and if anything off color comes through, then we can handle that then. But I figured, given what Shroom Day said, that was probably the best course of action.
Yeah, because I don't tolerate that at all.
No,
especially messing with Jessica. No one messes with my Jessica.
Really?
I will fight the devil.
What? What do you want?
She's too sweet.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart, and we all have to protect her and care for her.
Yeah, I have to send her some more silver dust. From one of my recent pours, I had a lot more cleanup, as I was saying earlier, than I thought. And I actually got a lot of silver dust off of it from the filings. So I'm going to send that to her. She's going to mix that in with some of her sun catchers, I assume, and continue to do some of that. But I think the first one turned out really nice. The one that she showed me, at least, was a cross. And inside of the white paint, she had put all the silver dust. And so in the light, it really captured and kind of reflected a lot of that. Gave it a very cool effect. And I think she was really happy with it. And I told her I would get some more when I got around to, filing more pieces. And so now I have a pile and I need to get that to her.
No, Shroom Day, we appreciate it very much. I'm glad you're watching out for us, and I appreciate that very much. Yeah. If anything is said, I have no problem with blocking them, and eventually they'll be blocked from everybody in the community. And, you just, you ruin your reputation that way if you're just being a jerk. So, not only that, I will take that name and I will blast it on every channel out there, and they will all have him removed. So we just don't treat each other that way. So, but nothing has been said on this channel so far. But if there is, we'll address it at that point in time. But I appreciate it very much. What else do you guys want to see?
How much are you wanting for the Megalodon copper tooth?
I am asking 100 on it.
Ooh. And it's how much copper?
3.1 pounds.
3.1 pounds. Ooh. That's heavy.
And that would be $100 shipped. So basically you're saving, $10 on that will be the shipping.
All right, let me think about that one. Because I'm wondering if that would be a good gift for somebody.
What are you laughing at, Kraken?
I'm just saying, who in the world could you give that as a gift to?
A lot of people. This is
a dentist.
People love these fossil-looking things, and
I'm just saying.
It's actually one of these people, and he likes shark teeth,
right?
And so maybe. But and that's the thing. It's like now he might open it and go, "Oh, cool," and then just be lackluster about it. But 15 or 20 years from now, it would be a really cool thing that he would probably appreciate more. So let me think on that one, because birthdays because birthdays for both children straddle Christmas. And so they're separate enough that they have to be separate. But I am just hit in the holidays where everything just happens at once. So birthdays, Christmas, all of it within like a 30-day period, quite literally. And
Well, look,
so
if you put two googly eyes on the top of that thing on each side, it'll look like a bird's the head of a bird.
Well, if I put two of them side by side, it would be dentures for Kraken.
Oh, shit.
uh,
I've been needing some new dentures.
You go brush your tooth.
I don't, I have partials. I don't wear them. I don't know. Like I got them. I thought I needed them. They're uncomfortable. It's nice that they're made out of silver, but past that, like I almost don't care.
Was that 4 ounces?
4 ounces. Plus
Jeez.
a Zerbert zirconian stone in the eye. That'd be a big old sticker if it was a real diamond.
Right. You can get them from Kevin.
Let's see.
I was almost thinking that would have been better with maybe like a black gem or a sapphire.
A green.
Well, and I was trying to find one of different color, not size. And, you know, I realize the clearness doesn't really make it pop like it should. So, like, I use the red stone would really, or a red stone would have looked real good. A ruby or a blue.
Green would have looked good on it too.
Green. Let's let that warm up for a minute.
Blue. Zombie.
Okay. So let's check it. Yep. Not a real diamond. But
And what is that thing, Ray?
what's that?
What's that thing you're using?
It's a diamond checker.
Oh,
Diamond
I
tester.
does it just check that just does diamonds?
It does other stones too.
Really?
Yeah, so you can like really, you know, real rubies, real
Sapphires.
other stones. It will
Yeah.
read up different numbers.
Yeah, if you look around on social media, there's a guy who goes up to all like the rappers and the people that are wearing like the iced out chains, and he'll ask them to test their stuff, and he uses one of those, I'm gonna call it a pen, like that. And there have been a couple of times where he's caught people wearing fake stuff.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to see. But if I had some stuff like that, I wouldn't wear real. I'm not wearing a $25,000 necklace, even if I had it. No, I'm not going out in public.
Somebody snatch it off my neck.
Right.
Hey, Ray,
Yeah.
I went metal detecting yesterday and found a cannonball.
Cannonball.
A cannonball.
Cannonball run. That's different.
Yeah, I know, right? I thought it was a piece of metal because it didn't show up as anything but iron or steel on my metal detector. But it's a cannonball. It's a completely round ball of steel. It looks like a cannonball to me.
Huh. And it could be. I
How
mean,
big
North
was it?
Carolina.
It's in my truck. I was gonna carry it down to Halifax because we got historical Halifax, and I was gonna, ask one of them people down there what they thought it might be.
Right.
But that's what it looks like.
I think it's all in the other one.
Is that stuff you found?
Yeah. There's only
Cool.
some of the rings. Trying to not. I think the diamond rings and stuff are all in the other one.
When are you gonna open a shop, Ray? And quit with all this BS. You have more stuff than
I don't
I
know.
possibly
He's a
imagine.
hoarder.
Yeah.
He's a hoarder.
Is that like a class ring?
Class ring.
This is a garnet.
Ten carat. Where's my scale? Scale up. It's one of the class rings I found. So far I found 3.
Damn. Shrimp Day said he found an unexploded 30-pound parrot shell.
Yeah,
Lord.
that's and like where you live, that's dead on where you would be. So let's see. Mode.
Well, I mean, we had a lot of colonial sites where that was where I was at.
So this
I found a
weighs
few-
16.63 grams of 10 karat gold. So if you divide that in half, that'd be 8 grams of pure gold in this ring. Not a bad find. Nice gold
No.
ring.
Not at all.
That's one.
Oh, geez,
Crazy,
Ray.
isn't it? So
That's all
That
the
one's down
divorce
there.
rings that he's had over the years.
Those are all the promise rings and purity rings.
He always got his jewelry back when he divorced
So
him.
that's what it's supposed to look like if it's a real diamond. Plus it's in
That's
platinum.
crazy.
The only platinum ring I've ever found so far. But it's got a nice stone on it.
I'm sure you did, Shrooms Day.
That's a diamond. I have some other ones in here too. I think that one was.
That's why I have toilet paper in my backpack, Shroom Day, just in case I find something that makes me want to poop my britches.
Oh, so this one. Let me see if I can get.
Are any of those for sale, Ray?
Oh, these are all stuff I found. I don't
I
sell
didn't
the stuff.
say-
I don't.
So
You
you're not
see the
gonna sell it?
size of that stone on there? That's a
That's
good carat.
I
Maybe
was
more.
gonna say like 3/4 at least.
It's pretty good size.
No, Barry, he's not gonna sell any of them.
That's a good size diamond.
That upset my girlfriend now. A candy store for a girl, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like Ray should be doing much better in dating than all of us because he's got the jewelry shop in his
Exactly.
room. Like,
Well, and that's what that's some of the girls I work with. I tease them. I was like, "Why are you getting married? I can offer you more rings than they can."
Right?
So Kraken, you're what, in North Carolina?
Yes.
Yeah. See, so I just spent the weekend in Myrtle Beach,
Okay.
and I tried metal detecting on the beach. I was just picking up trash,
Right.
essentially, and getting a couple dirty looks from the only other people I saw out there metal detecting because I was a tourist, I guess, impeding on their turf. Salt water caused a problem initially. I figured that out, but I didn't find anything. I wasn't really hoping to find too much, but now I'm kind of like, okay, I did the beach thing in the touristy kind of area, I guess. I went to North Myrtle Beach, which I hear is less traffic maybe than like actual Myrtle Beach. But now I was borrowing equipment to do that. So now I kind of feel like I'm confident enough to actually buy my own setup and go around here. But Ohio is like clay.
Right.
All the soil is hard packed. I'm sure there'll be stuff to find,
Oh
but
yeah.
it's going to be a lot harder to dig. That's why I wanted to start somewhere like the beach. And it was fun. Not very fruitful, but it was fun. I picked up some trash. I did my part, cleaned up the state a little bit. But other than that, like I'm very interested to like do some of what like it sounds like you're doing, where you go to like specific sites that maybe would have some, in some cases historical artifacts, or I could easily go to places like Kentucky where battles were actually fought, maybe actually find some things. So I'm gonna get more into it, but I did get my feet wet quite literally, and it was really fun. It's very exciting. I don't think people realize how much it sounds boring, but it's super fun when you're really getting into it.
Exactly. And see, when I went to Virginia Beach, and my metal detector that I got, I bought from Walmart. It was $79. It's something kids can use. But I wrapped the bottom of it up with plastic so I could go into the water just about halfway. As long as I didn't get the instrument panel wet, I was fine. And I found a metal can and some trash and a couple of coins. But when you find something, it doesn't matter whether it's trash or not. It's just the fact that you found something. It's fun. It didn't matter
Yeah,
if I had only 6 cents.
yeah, and best case scenario, you're picking up stuff that really shouldn't be there anyway, especially somewhere like the beach where people are walking around barefoot. You
But
never
now,
know when that's going to actually surface.
if you go to like we have an area where you can't actually metal detect because it was the colonial, like a little town of colonial houses and stuff, like a museum type thing. But
Okay.
you can go 10 miles down the road and just get out and start searching, and you can find because I found I don't know what you call them. I want to say musket, the ball,
Oh yeah,
but
yeah.
it looks more like a bullet than it does a ball.
Okay, so
It's
like the early rifling when they were
right.
really like sharpshooters. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've got a couple of those, and then I do have a couple of the musket balls. But I spent 4.5 hours out there before I even started to find anything. I mean, it just depends on how much time you want to put in it, and you know what you're looking for. I mean, I didn't expect to find anything, but I did, and once you find a couple of things, especially if you hit them back to back, you don't want to leave because you want to see what else you can find.
Right. Yeah. When you really, and that's what I like the first couple times I pulled up trash or like pop tabs or whatever. Um,
Bro,
it was like okay, but then I noticed that every other time I got a hit, it was revitalizing that hope. Like, okay, wait, what's this gonna be? And it's
yeah,
it's the not knowing um, that I think is the most exciting while you're giving something up. So yeah, it really doesn't matter what you find. Unfortunately, I didn't find anything worthwhile or super cool,
but you
but
didn't know that.
no,
You
but
didn't
at
know what
the
you
time
were gonna find.
it
So,
was so exciting to like get that beat and then to start digging. Very cool. And so hopefully Ohio is a little more lucrative as far as actual finds. But
well, you just need to do a little bit of research on your area
yeah,
and see
that's what
see what
I'm
was
finding.
there.
Well, there's a park right at the end of my block, and it's been there pretty much since the town's been here, but I
Right.
never see anybody over there detecting. And it's got a huge field, it's very open. So I'm thinking at some point there was stuff going on there. and I think that's going to have a lot of stuff. But again, I'm going to have to find it.
Yep. Do the research and find out.
What are you pulling up there, Ray?
So these are normally kind of the range for a 1 carat pink diamond. 60, 49 grand. It kind of depends on the stone. Heart-shaped diamond, about 1 carat. Pink diamonds are quite rare.
What are you doing, Ray? You're sitting on a
That's exactly right,
$30,000.
Ray.
What are you doing?
That potentially could be a $60,000 ring.
Aren't the other stones there, the smaller ones? They're pink as well, though, too, right?
They're pink diamonds also.
Well, they had a guy that lives here in Roanoke Rapids. He went to he just went across the Virginia line. I mean, he didn't go nowhere in specific. He had no he didn't say where he was going. He didn't tell nobody where he went either. And it's probably a good thing. But he found a jar of coins under a tree stump.
Yeah.
That dated back from the Civil War.
Yeah.
So
That's
I mean,
quite
he
common.
made a lot of money off them coins.
Hmm.
But see, you just never know. I'm not saying that I'm gonna go out and find a jar of coins, but I'm gonna be on the lookout for them.
Let me see.
Hell, just to find anything, I'm happy.
Find the maker and the mark here. I remember looking this up.
Yeah, just do
before.
some research around your area. Just that. I mean, and you'll never know. I mean, you might have a colonial site that was there, like you said, that park. You might want to check before you go digging in certain areas because they get funny about digging holes in park
Oh yeah,
areas.
you've got to research your area. You got to make sure it's legal. Always
Don't get in
ask
trouble.
permission. Yeah, so this is 10K white gold with a pink diamond. Several pink diamonds. Not too shabby.
Nah,
This one's the
give you
platinum
$1.95 for it right now. $1.95.
$1.95, huh?
Ray, you need to start an eBay. I'm telling you, just
telling
put it all up there and let it sit until it sells. Somebody will buy it.
Oh yeah. This one's a cool one. So this is 925 on a 14 karat gold bowl with a jade stone. Like space age.
I like that. That's super like plain, but also very complex.
Yeah.
You found that?
Oh yeah.
All right, that's it. I quit. I'm gonna go full on metal detecting until I have a collection like Ray.
Just stack it. You see
my
what
favorite
shroom they
finds?
just put up there?
What was that?
You see what shroom they just put in the chat? About digging holes.
Oh yeah,
Depends
yeah.
on the place.
Yeah.
Protected land.
Yeah, so I checked at the beach. I checked before I dug, and then I at the beach you kind of figure you're going to be okay, but up here, yeah, I'll check with the parks department in the local cities. The ideal place would be some of this private farmland, and I know some people from when I hunt. Occasionally, I don't do it as much anymore, but I know some people that own some land for those reasons, and I'm sure they let me walk around with a detector and then cut them in on whatever I find. So eventually I'll get there. Time is never on my side.
If you find half of a milk bottle, you can give them the other half.
14 karat gold tennis bracelet. It's got these bluish black onyx and 4 diamonds. I'll show you here on the through that.
Yeah, it's kind of like hunting and poaching. I don't know about them hanging you, but they will to stick it to you.
Castration is always an option.
Oh, well, I'd rather
Carrot,
do that
4
than take
diamonds,
everything I have.
3 onyx.
They can castrate me. I ain't got no use for it no more.
I'm still
I'd rather
trying.
keep my metal detector.
Still interested in keeping mine, I could definitely still.
I'd rather keep my metal detector in my
I
truck.
don't have anybody to function it with, but
Ray, like this is ridiculous. What okay, I gotta ask. Why are you just sitting on all of this? Is this like your secondary 401k? What's going on here?
Yeah, this is kind of like just savings. I guess you can look at it. It's like this one's probably from the 1920s. Silver ring.
Rub it in, rub it in.
Yeah, that's like this one too. I mean, this is one of my dug too.
That looks like
It's
one of them
an ounce of silver. My good luck one because it fits my finger. So I'd wear it. And then, like this one. So a lot of these are James Avery too. So like you've got the gold cross in here. And then it's a silver ring, but it's got gold on it.
Yeah, I see it now. That light is bright.
Let me turn this light off and see if it makes like blasting it out.
That's Doomsday spring right there.
There you go.
Smoke them if you got them, I guess.
You want to hear a funny story?
Yeah.
I took this at a Christian college.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Yeah.
Some of the best things I've ever experienced came out of a Christian college.
Why does that not surprise me?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. 16 ANOS must be Spanish.
Jesus fish.
Yep, another James Avery. Yeah, so lots of gold, lots of silver, lots of diamonds, really beautiful ornate ones too, like this. Let me get the blue. It's a blue stone in it. Like maybe I need to kill my overhead lights. Maybe what I need to do, like an aquamarine. When I first started out, and I was just researching metal detecting, and people were finding things, I didn't think it was real. That they were actually out finding stuff. Except for I had a metal detector when I was a kid, and I found some stuff. A little junk one. A nice little gold ring. And there's a nice little dainty gold ring with a citrine stone in it, little flower stone. So I get my metal detector and I start hunting. And 7 years later, I'm still finding stuff everywhere. It's nuts. It's just, the amount of stuff that just keeps coming. You think you would run out of stuff after a while. But as you learn about hunting.
Cash App sent, Ray.
What's that?
That's that $15 I sent you with the I sent you 20 for shipping.
Okay. Perfect. Get my camera. I may have to move these out of the way. So haven't even put in this year's stuff.
I know, man.
So I haven't even put in this year's stuff that I've found. This is the coins. This is all previous stuff. Well, in other silver. So this is more silver and more silver and more silver. So predominantly silver in here, but then the coins are on the bottom. I did dig that one. I thought it was a gold chain at first. That would be an awesome thing if it was a gold chain, but it's got a let's see, what's coin is that? 20 era 1965, I think. And I'm not sure what country that's from.
Can't see it. It almost looks like that one you got in your maple box, the one that has the 20 on it.
Come on, focus.
Your maple book.
Yeah. So that was a cool one.
What does it say?
It says 20 era or something like that. I'm not for sure what country though. I haven't seen a coin like that, and I've gone through a lot of foreign coins. So this is like the overflow silver chains. I've got my tungsten rings, stainless steel rings. That's what all these are here. Tungsten, stainless steel. Spinner rings, all that good stuff. Found, oh, this one's pretty cool. I'm going to have to kill that overhead light. Let me turn it off. My camera's acting weird.
You said it said 20 para on it?
Yeah.
It's a Yugoslavian.
Yugoslavian.
What year's on it?
65. So I dug this little clock. It's a clock charm. And the base of it is gold. And it has 12 diamonds around the edge of it on the clock itself. And so that's pretty good watertight if you look at it that way. So this is kind of like my overflow. And then you get into the coins that I have dug in this area. It's a 1922 piece dollar. $1908 Barber $50. This is the first U.S. coin I ever dug. Silver coin. Isn't that crazy?
That's a good one to start with.
That's a good coin to start with.
You ought to put that in the belt buckle.
Silver dollar.
That's pretty cool though. That's the Olympic one.
Yep. And then a whole bunch of foreign coins. Even found dug a 1963 silver Canada quarter here in Texas.
I just found my first Canadian silver quarter in a box hunt last night. And I was complaining that I hadn't found silver in a box in a while. And I got that Canadian. So it's, 80%, but
yep,
more than happy to have it.
Heck yeah. So this is June 14th, 2021. I dug a silver Kennedy. 69. And then I have some really nice old tokens and stuff that I've also dug up. So let me see what other stuff is in here. My very first buffalo. Just a bunch of horns. Oh, one of my favorite finds I dug. My very first Indian.
I like that.
And then I've got some other stuff down here.
Hey, Ray. The 1967 Canadian quarter.
Uh-huh.
You know, it has that panther on it.
Uh-huh.
Or some kind of cat on it.
Right. It's got the links.
Right. It was struck with, some of them were struck in silver, but they mistakenly struck some of them in nickel.
Huh.
Which is an error. And it's worth
$5,000. That would definitely be wrong metal.
It's worth $5,000.
Nice.
Now, I don't know if nickel sticks to a magnet or does it. I don't think it does it?
I don't think it does.
Yes, nickel does.
So how would you be able to tell the difference?
Yes, nickel is very magnetic.
Well, that's the way you tell the difference between the 67 silver and the 67 nickel.
Yep.
So if you find one, you might want to check them.
Another barber. So if I pull out, let me get my Canadian. Oh, here we go.
I have two of them, but both of mine are silver.
So Canadian quarter, solid nickel.
Yep. Hey.
So you can go through nickel, 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 nickel. So
if you find one with the cat, on it, you might want to get it checked because it's in the error book. They only had 10. They think it was only 10 that got away.
Huh.
Makes them very rare.
With the wrong metal?
Yes.
Bobcat quarter. Or the
yes.
links
or
quarter.
links or whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
I know that you did. I know that you come across coins like, most of the foreign coins where I get them from you.
So I never dreamed of ever finding all of the stuff that I have found. Never dreamed of it. Didn't think it was even logically possible.
You're just in a good area to find stuff like that, though.
Well, once you learn what you're looking for and how to hunt metal detecting,
it's everything that's in front of the ring, right? When you're metal detecting, it's what's in front, not what's actually sitting it over it.
No, it's actually what is underneath the coil.
Under the coil.
14K.
Fortunately for mine, it tells you when you come across a coin. It'll say coin.
I wonder how many grams this is. I don't even know.
I got my eye on the metal detector that's made by Garrett. It's in Amazon. It's got the little pin.
12.6 grams of 14 karat gold.
That's good.
That I dug. Silver Bull, what are you doing, brother?
You should melt that.
We're looking at all the crap that I've dug up over time.
He's gonna save it all. That's what he's doing.
Yeah,
Since retirement,
trying to keep it all.
And then they're gonna
like
bury it.
Silver and stuff
They're gonna
that
bury
I've dug
it
up.
with him.
Silver, gold, diamonds, you name it.
They're gonna bury it with him, and then I'm gonna metal detect him.
All right, gentlemen. Well, I'm fading fast. It gets late here on the East Coast very quickly.
Yeah.
I appreciate all the advice, Ray, earlier. It was nice hanging out with everybody. Hardcore Copper is hilarious. That was very nice to hang out with her.
She's a nutcase.
Yeah, she wasn't kidding. She's trouble for sure. Other than that, Kraken, thank you for letting me have that maple. Ray, I'll square up with you tomorrow, and
Awesome.
I will see everybody later. Thank you
All
for a good stream. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right.
We'll get you later, bro. Thank you for
Yes,
coming
sir.
in.
Bye.
Bye.
Dave's not here, man.
What's up, Silver Bull?
What's Silver Bull doing awake?
I ain't lying. He must not got to work tomorrow.
I gotta go help a friend move. Well, that'll be fun. So yeah, not only do I collect coins, I collect everything I find.
I've noticed.
That's only a small fraction of the fraction.
Good thing there won't no fingers still in them rings.
Yeah, I mean, I probably have a good savings account right there just in rings.
Oh, no doubt.
So you're sick. Oh man, bro, I knew you were struggling earlier and not feeling hot. That sucks, bro.
As long as you don't turn into a zombie, you'll be fine.
Yep. Put some of this junk up. We had a bunch of stuff that I had up for auction. But it's late night. Very few people want to buy stuff late at night.
I figured you'd be tired by this time, Ray.
Well, that's what Mountain Dew does. I just do it.
Ooh, I like that bit.
Yep. So I'll probably call it around 1 o'clock, though. See, Ray, can I pick up an 1807 coin from
1:30 here?
1807? I picked up an 1807 coin from USA, and it's a nice one. 1807 half cent, large cent.
That would give us
Is it
more.
copper or is it silver?
Got to give us a little bit more than that, Silver Bull. Probably a nickel.
Nope, they didn't have nickels at that time. Yep, a large cent. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's cool. That is tough
Copper
year.
penny? Is that a
Let's
penny? The
see.
large penny?
For large cent, yeah. I've got. Well, let's take a look here. I gotta look at my.
You got a book of them, ain't you, Ray?
Yeah. I'm looking at my large cents. Yeah, I have an 07.
That's good if you ain't got no corrosion. Well, we wouldn't have no corrosion on it anyway, would it, if it's copper?
Well, you'll have corrosion, especially if it's been in the ground or it's gotten wet. It'll have a greenish color. It's called verdigris.
Need to come
Copper
up,
corrosion.
Silver Bull, and show it to us.
Yeah, I threw you the link if you want to come up and hang out. 1929. Yeah, I had all of these out for sale. I have a bunch of Barber dimes that are in. Some of them are in really, really nice shape. Oh, here's a cool one, Silver Bull. See if you know this one. U.S. 20-cent piece. 1875 S.
You know why he's on the 20-cent piece, don't you? Because he was too lazy to stand up, so they put him on the 20-cent piece.
Yeah, then I picked up some of these are VG. Some of them are very good, very fine. Arbor dimes. They're not like slicks. Like this one is really hard date to get. This is 1898 O. I got
Wow.
some seated. Got set down. 1890 to silver dime.
What are you asking for that whole lot, Ray?
All of these?
Yeah.
I would have to add it up and have an idea.
I'm just asking now. I'm not saying I'm gonna buy them. I'm just asking if
'Cause
you were
I
gonna sell the
probably
whole lot.
dropped a good $200 to $300 into this lot right here.
Is that the one? Is that lot's got that one that you got $115 on it?
No, that one's the 20-cent piece. I've got it separate. These are all just the dimes.
I should have not bought that coin from. Well, I got a batch of coins from MKM though today. I got a good deal on those.
Well,
I think
what I was looking for was I wanted the Canadian stuff,
right.
but then it got I didn't have enough in my account. I haven't sold enough to turn around and buy something that lot.
Well, I just went out on a whim. I figured I'm gonna make some money tomorrow and the next day, so I figured I'd have it back.
Oh yeah, and plus when you get all of that and you don't want it all, you can turn around and sell back stuff and make your money back on it.
Well, I mean, when I get the stuff from MKM, if you want those Canadians, I'll sell them to you. You
Okay,
can buy them from me if you want them.
sounds good.
I just wanted it because I was trying to help him out.
Yeah, and that's what I've done too is I bought quite a bit of stuff from him to help him out, just to keep him going. Hopefully he get his job soon and
Get
then
back
he'll
on his
be
feet,
all set and finally get a place, get settled down, get his, car fixed and not have to live at his car.
right?
So just the dimes alone is $213.
Ooh,
That's just the dimes.
all right. See what I'm gonna make Monday night before I let you know something. Depends on what I can make Monday.
Yeah, so I picked up a bunch of old dimes, 20-cent piece, some commemoratives, really nice old 1929. Bought this today too.
You should have known what, Silver Bull.
Ellis Island.
I have one of those bottom koi with the Statue of Liberty on it, in like it's in that case that you just were showing.
Yeah, you
Is
have
that
this and this. They come together in a little case too. Just these two
yeah,
coins,
yeah, I
Ellis
have one
Island.
of
But
those.
this is the
I,
actual mint set.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How much is that set?
30.
Hmm.
That's a 90% silver.
Put it in my bin, and I'll get with you on it tomorrow.
Okay.
If I can't do it, then I'll just let you know.
All right. I'll just put question mark. Kraken.
Yeah. Did you want it, Philip?
What's that?
He said I was asking Philip if he was wanting it or one of them wanting it.
Oh,
I didn't want to,
I
take
think
it
he was
away
talking
from
to Silver Bull
Green.
about it. I'm almost a bit, I think I'm going to put this on eBay just to get rid of it. I mean, it does have some nice standing Liberty quarters in it. I've got to move it. I can't just hold on to it forever. I had an offer today, but I couldn't lose that much money on it. I'd be losing my pants.
Right.
And I can't turn around and go buy other coins. The only drawback. Because this one here is the expensive one.
Yeah, that S.
Yeah, 1927 S. Let me grab the red book here. Let's take a look.
See, if I was gonna get that batch of coins, I would rather get the book that you're just showing now. If I was gonna spend $200, I'd rather get the book that you're showing because you said you wanted 200 for the book, right?
Yeah, for the
With the
entire book, and it
SLQ?
comes with 14 SLQs plus the the stamps, all the
Yeah.
old stamps too. 27S. There was only 396,000 minted.
I got some nice coins.
G4, in G4, it's a $35 coin, and this one's probably between VG8 and F12. And F12, it's a $110 coin. So roughly about $50 to $75, I would guess, for that one coin alone. That is one of the key dates.
Silver Bull's asking you a question.
Ah,
He said, "What commies did you pick up, Ray?"
what?
Silver Bull said, "What commies did you pick up?"
Commies?
Hey, it's Silver Bull. He's asking you a question.
Oh, you mean commemoratives?
Yeah,
That's
I
probably what he
guess that's
meant.
what he.
I mean, my brother is sick, so
Yeah,
yeah. So I did get one. Miss Point Crew bought the other one, but like this one here, 1952, Washington Carver.
he can't see it. The light is too bright.
There you go. Brilliant uncirculated, 1952. That one I was asking 30 on.
Need to take it out of that. Put it in another kind of case.
Miss Pointry bought the Iowa. I had the Iowa commemorative that was brilliant uncirculated also. We did a trade.
Man, sleeping.
Any state ones? I do not. Not at this time. I don't have. That's the only one I have of the commands.
I got some nice coins coming from Oregon.
I don't think I have any commemorative.
Stacker. Should get them next week.
Yeah.
Got one.
See, I already have a brilliant uncirculated 52. Silver Bull, Silver Bull wants this coin right here. How do you like that quarter, Kraken?
Yeah, who wouldn't? The Isabella.
Yep.
Jeez. Yeah, that's the money there.
Or the Lafayette dollar.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever seen one of those.
Is the Charles Barber designed dollar.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why they walked away from that kind of making that kind of stuff. See, I have a couple of those with the horse on them. That's Canada.
Yeah, Canada, but this is not Canada. This is
I know,
U.S.
but I'm saying what I'm saying is Canada's got the same design on one of their halves, or I think it's the half. It has the horse rider on it, just like that one.
Yeah.
And some of those are worth some money.
Yep.
Of course, I don't have any of them at all, so I never get lucky enough to find a coin that's worth.
The Daniel
Keep-
Boones. There are Columbian Expo. I have one that's in MS, Mint State. And I have that's the California. So this is where we get our you see the minor on all of these like silver rounds and stuff.
Yeah.
That's where that's from. And then here's some of the states. See, I already had an Iowa, brilliant uncirculated Iowa. There's Lincoln, Lexington Concord, Long Island, Maine, Lynchburg, Oregon Trail, Panama Pacific, the Pilgrim. Like if we look up, let's look up Panama. Okay, so Panama was 1915. So I got to back up. So here is the Lafayette dollar. And mine is at least MS63.
Hey Ray,
Yeah.
do you know Novice Star Stacker?
Yeah.
He's gonna have a stream on Monday night. He's trying to sell some gold and silver.
Ooh,
So you might want to check him out. Didn't know
nice.
if you cared or not.
I think my Isabella is probably right around that range. $1,100 range.
Wow.
And then here's the Panama. So my Panama is in rougher shape. I would say it's probably AU50. It's a $300 coin, 300, almost $400 coin. And I mean, some of these are quite stinking valuable. Let's see.
I see.
Lincoln. Yeah, Lincoln itself is probably about a $200 coin. And then my Pilgrim, I think I saw that earlier. My Pilgrim is Mint State. That's probably a $100 coin. Stone Mountain. Stone Mountain's one of the common ones. But this one here is Mint State, probably MS63. It's still an $85 coin. Yeah, so these are quite expensive. Yeah, high one. Yeah, Hawaii insane. Is absolutely insane. That is what I have heard. So I need some more of the Texas. I've only got one, and I live in Texas. There's my Washington Carvers. Yeah, I had the Philly Mint State there. So it was an extra that I picked up from the coin shop just to turn around. I've got some of the other ones here. New York County. Let's see. This one is, I don't know why I even have it in here. It's supposed to be an insane amount coin also. This is the Spanish Trail. And let's see. Spanish Trail 1935. Let's find it. Oh, here we go. So these can be quite valuable too. Oh, Spanish Trail, there you go. Just even an AU50, it's $1,000 coin. But the drawback, I think, of this one, well, on magnetic, I have a gut feeling this one's not real. But I need to get it tested. Definitely non-magnetic, so there's a plus for it. I just have a strong suspicion that it's not real. I don't even remember where I got it. Because, I mean, for it to be a high valuable coin like that, let's see, Hawaii, let's look at what Hawaii would be. Need the Norfolk one. I used to live there. Norfolk, Virginia. There's the Iowa. There's the Carver. So it's got to be back this other way. But now I do have some coins from Hawaii. Those are pretty cool. Let's see, which one is the Hawaiian? Daniel Boone, Texas Independence, Hawaii. Here we go. That one there. In AU50, it's a almost $2,000 coin in itself. Which one with Abraham Lincoln? That is the 1918. Illinois 1918 with Lincoln on it. And then here's the opposite side. The Lincoln right here. It's got the eagle on it. That one there. Yep, that's a cool one. I've been working on this for only 5 or 6 years, and I don't even think I'm halfway. Well, but I went for the big ticket items on some of these too. We're upgrading, and then also having some of these in mint state. But I have a long ways to go. And I think Miss Coin Crew does too, because she's got the regular one where you just collect one of each kind. Instead of the Dansko where you have to get each mint in year. That's the only difference with it. Trying to remember. Oh, Texas ones aren't too bad. 140 for the sets are about 750. It's not too bad for the Texas one. I was thinking they were a lot more expensive than that. Yeah, that high one. I mean, that Hawaii one though is about $1,000. But I have a Hawaii quarter and the Hawaii cent. I know there's a whole set like Hawaii dollar. They're all from the same year and they're U.S. minted. The quarter alone, like think the Hawaii quarter I have is about a $225 coin. But I have a long ways to go. I don't have that one. I don't have that one. I think I have those. I have Cleveland. I have that one. I have that one. Bridgeport, maybe. I know I don't have that one. Illinois Centennial, maybe not. And I know I don't have that one. But yeah, there's a lot of coins still in here, and they're hard to find. I mean, and I missed the coin show that we had here in town just recently too, so I was pretty disappointed with that. But I was too busy. I think that's the same weekend I went to go see my mom and had a great visit with her. So I was pretty happy about that. So lots of cool stuff. Actually, I have this in backwards. It's supposed to go just like that in here. Yep. It's got that nice Benji. Yours is the Dansko 7094 U.S. commemorative type. One of each, yep. And I think that's what Miss Coin Crew has, but she's got the Whitman one. So yeah, no multiple dates, mints, and all that stuff. Yep, it's just one of each. And me, I like to be hard-headed and get them all. I don't know why. I'm just weird like that. And then working on my Mexico stuff too. I had to restrict myself from what coins or what countries I was going to collect. So I, just kind of straightened myself up and just went for Mexico, Canada, and U.S. Like here is the Mexico Peso album. This album alone is a $200 album, empty. And so I need some from the first page, the early ones. These are the expensive ones. But I have the 1919 on up of all the un pesos. And then I got some extra room. So a lot of coins in that. These are the, excuse me, I might need another another Mountain Dew. 10, 20, 25, 100 peso. Nice big coins. Need a few on that one. I need the 75. And then some other big silver. And then just some extra ones too in there. See, I still need to get the Y dollar and the cent to complete your Hawaiian coinage. Wow. I saw a complete set when I went to Tulsa. Let's see who had that. That would happen. Teacher had the complete set, and he had it up for sale. And then here is all of the Libertads starting from 82. 1982, and I've been slowly filling this thing up with the older Libertads and the newer ones. Yeah, that was awesome, Silver Bowl. I was just elated to be able to meet you guys. You know, Miss Coin Crew, Keith, you, getting to meet, EC, Mad, Rob, Silver Seeker, um, getting to hang out a little bit with Ravenhawk and Ida and Paula, and man, I just had a blast. And I mean, that was like a dream vacation come true. That weekend was just definitely a dream vacation come true. It was just a lot of fun. And my son will never forget it either. Yeah, he had an absolute blast also. Especially he was the only one working the show and making money. He walked away, I think, with probably $200 or $300 in silver. That he had traded up, saved up, bought. I mean, he even bought himself the Batarang. He got him a Batarang. This is his. So yeah, he had an absolute crazy fun time. I mean, that was definitely some good times for sure. Well, at least I got my bubblers in the mail today. Little small ones. Happy to get those so I can get everything mailed out. So I don't think I have much else up. And I am getting tired. Excuse me. Oh yeah, I'll show you these because I know this will probably make you guys drool too. It's heavy.
Everything you show makes me drool.
What? You fell asleep?
No, I was checking out something.
Oh.
A coin that I got from Oregon Stacker. It's the Venezuela $10 round. It's a coin, but it's 90% silver. It's really pretty. I was looking at the site so I could write down what it was I was supposed to be getting from him.
Oh wow.
I can't never remember. I just know I got stuff that's coming from people.
This is the other part of my Mexico stuff. One of my favorite coins. Genuine shipwreck coin. And then I got some more of my Libertads, the smaller denomination ones. The half unzas. And this one is, I believe, a quarter unza. Very pretty, pretty. Mexico gold. And then we get into the really old stuff. these are the 8 reals. And let's see, my earliest one in this, I think, is the 1782, and an 87, an 01, 02, 21. And then you get into the more of the, and then they went to the cap and raise for the 8 reals, like 1861, 1880, 89, 94. And then I have the 4, 2, 1 reals. I've got some cobs in here. So this one's from 1711. And that is off a shipwreck coin. And then the one I have around my neck is a 1622. Oh, well, you guys are going to be able to say that. So this one is 1622 off. This is a half real from the Etosha, the shipwreck, the Etosha. And this one's a really nice one. You're talking about, hey, Kraken, you're talking about guys on horses.
Yeah,
Look at that one.
I see it. I see it.
This is like a proof. Well, it is a proof. This is the 1962. Very proof looking. Then I have the medal that goes with it. This is a silver medal from Mexico for 1962. Very high relief on it. And these are the ones that I want to get for real. They'll go into the album that I showed you guys earlier, the Danceco. It says 1910. It is a fake. I took a risk on it. I didn't have to pay very much. You know, I think I paid $10 for it.
So you're gonna sell it for $1 and go now, right?
Well, that I could, yeah. If you want steel.
I'm just messing.
Yeah, if this was a 1914 Caballito, that's what those are, the Cabalitos. Un peso. It's a
Yeah.
$4,000 coin.
Yeah, I know you talked about that coin before.
Yep. So, but that's what they look like. I just put it in there. I wrote fake on it because I know it's fake. And I got a bunch other Mexico silver.
Hey Ray, do you have any of those? I think they call them a death dollar.
Yeah,
From Canada.
I have one.
Or you don't have any extras? What is that?
Maximilio. 18. It's 18 something. 1865. Can't remember. Take a look here. Yep, 1865. Maximilio gold coin. I think it's tiny too.
Pretty. Ain't no way in the world I can buy one of them. Ooh. I think the only gold I have is the gold that I've tanned.
These are 90%. I have one that's hold. Let's see. 47. And see, I got a 48 and another 47. Still 90% silver. And then you get into your 50 centavos. And so, like, this one is an 07 and 06. This one here and this one are the key dates. This is a 1914 Mexico 50 centavos. This is during the Mexican Revolution. If these were the pesos, like I said, they'd be $4,000. These are half pesos. Yeah, they're really not too much for the weight of gold that they are. They're really tiny. And then the 10 centavos. Actually, while we're doing that, I have some more to add. Come to think of it, picked up some more Mexico recently. Let's see what we got. All right, here we go. Take a look at this one. 1935, 20. Gonna add that one in. 1926. 10 centavos. This is a 20 centavos. And a 1890 5 centavos. And then I got this commemorative 1985 Mexico $100 commemorative silver. We're going into the centavos here. It's going to the 20s. We're going to add the 35 in. So I'm just going to put it right over there. And we'll go over to the 10s. Got a 1926, and we've got a beautiful little spot for it right there. And then as far as the 5, we'll go all the way to the back. I've got a few of these. This one is 1890, so I've got 88, another 88, and now we're going to have a little tiny silver there, 90% silver, 1890. I think I'm just going to drop that. I think this one goes in the other album that I have of the clad stuff, but I'm going to go ahead and I'll get the other instead of messing with it. So these are all the silver. This is my silver album. Plus notes. So you want to do something really cool? Let's do this. This is what happens over time when you're stacking coins. I mean, we can subtract out the weight of, so I have my scale here. It is on ounces. Let's do mode pounds. We're going to weigh how much silver. Guess how much silver is in the album by pounds. And there is some plastic and some weight to it, but we're going to weigh it out and see what we got. Here we go. Set it on there. If you guys can see that. I'll try to get the album out of the way. It's not light's not going to light. So it says it is 6.3 pounds of silver. And so you could take off, say, a pound just for the book, the plastic and all of that stuff that's in here, and the, cardboard. Roughly 5 pounds of silver.
Wow.
Isn't that nuts?
Yes, it is.
And that's just one album. So as you're filling up albums and you're stacking silver and coins, over time it adds up pretty quick. And it really will start to fill up. We're going to take that one. We're going to put this over here.
Ray, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm sleepy.
Me too. I think that's what I'm going to do too. So
it's 2:00. It's 2:15.
I'm wiped out from today. I've been going all day long ever since this morning.
Well, it's 2:15 over here. So
yeah, and I have got to get up early.
You got to do early bird tomorrow too?
Well, I've got church tomorrow at 11, so I can sleep in a little bit. So that works out pretty well. That I don't have to go till 11.
I can sleep in tomorrow too, since I'm still on my vacation.
So I can sleep till I've got my alarm set for like 9, and I'll get up about 9 o'clock.
But next week's gonna be full.
But let's see, where's my oldies here? These are all the Mexico clad.
I'm surprised you're not working at the hospital.
I
said I'm surprised that you ain't working at work at the hospital tonight.
No, because my job's all day shift, Monday through Friday, but it's about a 10-hour day every day. And sometimes I do get off earlier on.
Do you know Miss RC?
RC?
Yeah.
Not off the top of my head.
Unicorn, Miss RC, I think. I don't know. She's on Meg's $1 Million.
Uh-huh.
Or $1 Million Meg. Check out this coin I got. Let me change the camera.
All right, let me put you up big.
Change the camera.
There you go.
Back. Hold on 1 second if it ain't.
The Wolfman Jack.
It's just a Wolfman. It's like the haunted, like the Dracula round.
Uh-huh.
This is
Monster Zombie Bucks. Yeah.
Intaglio.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Oh yeah, I won it in a race.
Very cool. That would be a neat complete set to get all of those. Frankenstein.
That's what I'm hoping to do.
I know they did a whole series.
I thought it was kind of cool because it was Halloween. The night I won it. The night I won it was on Halloween night. So
that's even better.
Right?
That's crazy. Yeah, that's fun.
All right, Ray. I'm gonna see you later, man. I appreciate it.
All right, guys. I think tell everybody thank you for cracking for coming up, and I think we're gonna call it a night too. I'm gonna head to bed.
Y'all be good.
So let me switch out my camera here. We're gonna switch over here. There we go. All right. Well, guys, looks like this just probably Silver Bowl and Philip in here. Everybody else probably went to sleep. So I think I'm going to go to bed too, guys, and wish you the very best. Love you all. You guys, I'll see you tomorrow. See you Mountain Run Streams there. I'll be over at probably Mama T and Big T's for a little bit, maybe. But then I'll definitely be over at Keys later on after they're done. So I'll head over there. So, all right. Good night, guys. Take care.